Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man's live coverage of Super Bowl 56, the Los Angeles Rams against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there is no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
Grumpy, finally, the Super Bowl.
The culmination of a crazy 2021 season.
Oh,
the
man.
Cincinnati Bengals with comeback player of the year, Joe Burrow, against Matt Stafford and the Rams.
Don't sound too excited about the Rams, Grumpy Old Man. That being said, if you're new to the show, first off, we welcome you. Welcome to our show here. We go live every single Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every single Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a sports podcast where we just talk all things sports, have a good time, and we shoot the shit. And so we invite you to stick around a while. We invite you back. The best way to let us know, number one, you like the content, you want to see more, is by subscribing on YouTube, and also liking on YouTube, and then liking on Facebook and following on Twitter, Grumpy Old Man.
Yeah. I don't know what The Rock is doing out here.
Oh, gosh.
He's going to say, finally.
Oh, there he is. Well, let me ask you this here. Before the game starts, man, The Rock's starting to look a little old.
He's got to be close to me. His arms are big as hell. I just like, finally. The Super Bowl has come back to Los Angeles.
Oh, well, that's the thing, man.
This might be the most exciting thing in the game.
When you're juicing, Grumpy, hey, man, you can have those big old biceps like that, no issue. That being said, Grump, I want to get your take on what you think the outcome of today's game is going to be, and I'm going to give you my take before we start, because they're going, of course, with a lot of the pregame antics, as we knew that would happen.
Well, no, they're ready for kickoff because it's getting ready right now. They've already had coin toss. The Rack is out there smelling what's cooking. I don't like his color combination of his outfit there, but hey, what can I tell you? He's ripped. His arms are jacked.
Yeah, again, when you work out, work out and you juice all day, you can do that. But continue, Grumpy. I want to hear who you think's going to win.
I'm going to pick Cincinnati today, just because I know you're going to pick the Rams. So I'm like, I'll pick Cincinnati. I just think they're a better story, honestly. And there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about during the game. But did you hear that Aaron Donald said that if the Rams win the Super Bowl today, he's going to very seriously consider retirement?
Wow. I did not hear that. I'll say this much. You're right. I am going to pick the Rams. I think Cincinnati is a good story. That being said, that Rams team's so damn good. That Rams team, I think, is the most talented team. It has been the most talented team in football for the last 2 years. Go ahead.
They just show a penchant to puke on themselves on big moments.
You know who that comes from? The fish rots from the head. Sean McVay does not handle the big moment well, I don't believe. That team has immense amounts of talent. That team is the most talented team in the league last year and this year. And here it is, right? They've made it to the Super Bowl this season. If you lose to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, I don't know what to say. It's yikes. That's all I've got to say. This is a team where I think you're the heavy favorite. I've got my prediction. Los Angeles Rams win by at least 13. At least 13. The Rams have 7+ sacks today. You want to talk about bold prediction? Those are the bold predictions I've got.
Okay. All right. That's good. I don't know.
We are just like Grumpy. They're just showing us the stats here of Brandon Powell, the kick returner right here. And I'll let you know when kickoff occurs on my screen, okay? Because I know sometimes you're a little far ahead of me. And we've got kickoff for Super Bowl 56. Looks like no return. It's going to go straight through the end zone.
Yep.
No shock there. It's how
I always like how they paint up the field, though. It looks nice. The stadium is fantastic. They did say this is going to be the warmest Super Bowl in history. It's supposed to be 84 degrees today. Because remember, this stadium is not inside of a dome.
Really?
No, they have a roof on it, a retractable roof, but it's open air on the sides.
I know SoFi is it's one of those newer futuristic types of stadiums. Frank K saying here, I predict the Rams going to win 24-21. They'll have one extra defensive play to win.
Well,
they'll make one extra defensive play. I'm sorry.
We'll find out.
Well, we're starting off here with a run. They hit it backside. They pick up about a good solid 4 yards.
See, for me, I don't know. I always like to start the Super Bowl throwing the ball. Just come out. You know what? We're in it to win it. We're not going to play it safe. Let's go for
Well, here's the thing, right? They're going to want to establish the run. Matt Stafford, I didn't know his numbers have been pretty decent here in the postseason. We've covered a few of those Rams games. I didn't know he had 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, and there he is. He hits the running back out of the backfield. They pick up enough for the first down. Yeah, grumpy. And then, yep. And then Warzone seems to said, I'd rather listen to a 3-year-old SoundCloud podcast of you two over any NFL game. Well, we appreciated Warzone. Oh man. I tell you, Cincinnati's offensive line is hideous. That defense for the Rams is unbelievable. And here's the thing. I think McVay's a good coach. He's a good coach, right? He's not a bad coach. That being said, the talent on this team is spectacular. I did not know that Aaron Donald said he would consider retiring if they win the Super Bowl.
Yes. Oh, nice tackle there by number 22.
I was about to say, stops him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I just think, if I'm offensive coordinator, I'm running a little play action pass there. Something off of that.
Well, they're trying to stretch. Here's the thing: guard doesn't go ahead in the zone. He doesn't pick up his guy. Holy crap! Stafford gets sacked.
Saccarino, baby.
That Andrew is that Whitworth? Is that Whitworth getting walked around, or who is that off edge?
It was the left. I don't know who it was. I thought Whitworth was on the other side. It doesn't matter. It looked like everyone got in.
It's Whitworth. Here's the thing.
He won the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Oh my God! Oh freaking mighty! He tries to anchor down, but shit, he just misses it. He just swims right underneath there. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Los Angeles Rams.
And Trey Hendrickson was a big free agent pickup from the New Orleans Saints for the Bengals this last offseason.
Yes, he was. He was always a guy who he was kind of a pass rush specialist only, and really has made the most out of his situation. And they run a halfback draw on 3rd and 17. Do you remember what I said? They're the most talented team, but sometimes the play calling just baffles me. And sometimes, again, the ideology that Sean McVay and these Los Angeles Rams have just are mind numbing. 3rd and 17, and we run a draw.
I don't know what the center was doing, and the guard. I don't know what he was doing.
He was
center on the inside guy, but he still
center overstepped
to the left. You know where he's going. I don't know.
I don't even know. Maybe it's just an inside zone play. A 3rd and 17, he's running the football.
Well, it looks like they wanted to slide the line to the left side, but the guy was shooting the gap on the other side. You got to at least put a little bit of a helmet on him. Boy, they're going to have good field position to start here, right about the 44-yard line.
Well, yeah, no, I think it's closer. What, Grumpy? I think that's closer to about the 47 or 46. But you're right. Cincinnati Bengals are going to have great field position. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of commercials during today's game.
That's what this game is about. It's about commercials. No. I'm going to watch the commercials. I'm interested. I want to see what's going on.
You can't hear anything on these commercials, Grumpy. Look at this. We're getting a commercial. I think this is for the Olympics. But it's like, what is this? The Olympics are now in week 1? They're already through week 1 of the Olympics right now, right?
Looks like this guy's got eyeball problems on this.
He's going to go to the Paralympics. He's probably going blind in some capacity. Siri. He's probably going blind, Grump, and he's going to go to the Paralympics. Well, anyway, that being said, more comments, Grumpy old man. Tony Cheese says here, I would love to see the Bengals upset the Hollywood Stars. That being said, tonight is a must-win game for both teams. You lose and you go home.
I think they're both going home after this game.
I think they're both going home is right. Yeah, Paralympic guy. Warzone Senior Citizen says here, do they still charge $2 million for a 30-second ad on the Super Bowl commercial time? I think it's even more than that now.
I don't know what it was for this year.
I was funny before he mentioned that. I always like to think, how much do these commercials actually cost? Because I know they weren't staying the same price. I'm sure that this game is going to be highly watched, and it just continues to go up and up and up.
Well, last year's numbers were down, I think, because of the pandemic. I don't think that the viewing numbers, the viewership was as high as it had been in previous years. And maybe there was a little bit of Brady fatigue, or I don't know. I don't know what the reason was last year. But this year has been kind of underwhelming. Just doesn't even feel like Super Bowl. Dolly Parton has had a hell of a lot of work done. A lot of work.
Yeah, I don't even know why you're bothering watching these commercials, Grumpy.
Because they're on the television screen. I'm watching the game. I know you don't watch the game.
I'm not watching the commercials, Grump. I watch the game, but I'm not watching the commercials.
Are you watching the game on a phone?
Yeah, I'm watching on the phone. B Bean says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Did Grump bet his house on the Rams?" LOL. No, he bets on the Bengals. He thinks the Bengals are going to come out
I
with
think the Bengals are going to win today. I just think that they have the more clutch quarterback. I just feel that way.
the more.
TJ doesn't like Joe Burrow. He never has.
Not that I don't like him. I
He
didn't
doesn't
say
like him.
that. I said right towards the tail end of the year, I saw him taking big steps. And last week's game, right? We talk about taking a step in a big moment. That interception he threw, I mean, you think about it. The Bengals are lucky the Chiefs didn't capitalize on it. That interception he threw when he really had a chance to put the sword in the Kansas City Chiefs, and he throws that interception right there. But I mean, the defense comes up with a big stop. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the killer instinct a bit too. He's still developing that. Grump, all I got to say is he's taking steps. As a young quarterback, you've got to be excited about Joe Burrow. Not there yet, but very, very close.
He's a winner.
Oh, for sure.
He has that it factor. Let's see how the offensive line holds up. That's going to be key.
Well, they get a little quick pass out. And again, mostly Rams running your zone.
That's
Tyler Boyd.
throwing. The ball.
I was about to say, you talk about that wide receiver core. That's a young wideout core, at least the talented players. I mean, Tyler Boyd's probably the oldest one of the effective players of the three of that trio, right? Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, as well as Jamar Chase. Boyd is the oldest. And what is he, like 25, 26 years old?
Boyd?
Tyler Boyd.
He's got to be like 27 or 28, no?
No.
He's been there for quite a while.
27.
You give the ball to Mixon? Yep, you sure do. And he's a little short of the first down.
27 years old, Tyler Boyd.
There you go. So I was right.
There it is, Crumpy. There it is.
But the rest of their offensive pieces are really young. I think Burrow's 23 or 20. I'm sorry, Burrow's 24.
Mm-hmm.
Higgins and Chase are both, I think, 22 or 21. They're young, very young.
Now, it's funny, right? When I think about a young quarterback getting a shot here at the Super Bowl, I sometimes get these flashbacks, or I get this thought process of, is this a Dan Marino, right? Dan Marino made it Super Bowl when he was he gets swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They don't pick up enough for the first down.
I'm not a big believer running the ball twice there.
Their offensive line is not going to do enough to move. I mean, Robinson's a good D line. I mean, you've got Donald Robinson, Von Miller. I'm sorry, they're not going to do enough. You're going for it.
I'm going for it. I'm trying to win the game.
You're running the football. You're not picking up the first down. I promise you that.
Well, I wouldn't have. First of all, I wouldn't have run it back-to-back plays. Okay, you want to run on second down, fine. You come out throwing on third down. They're looking run, and they're going for it on fourth and one. Good for them.
Wow. Here's the thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Well, that's why you don't go for it on fourth and one like that. Well, now you've just given the Rams the ball at the at the 50-yard line, man.
So they're in it to win it. So what? So you think if he punts it through the end zone, which is probably because no one tries to kick it to the sidelines anymore. So if you punt it through the end zone, you gain what? 28 yards.
Yeah, Grumpy. Let's pay attention here. Here's the thing too. I will say, kick it to the. I know you say, hey, they just want to punt it straight to the end zone. I go for a shorter kick, even if they've got to drive the ball 80 yards. They've got 20 yards to drive the ball until you're in field goal range. I don't know. This is a game to where points might be hard to come by. And we're over here giving the ball at the 50-yard line on the first series. Remember how I said sometimes coaches, they don't win you games perhaps, but they can certainly lose you games?
Yeah, I had no problem.
Sean McVay conservative play calling on the first drive. 3rd and 17 run. Yikes. And here we go going for it on 4th and 1. I'm telling you, that Cincinnati's offense will struggle today. This is one of the best defense they've faced all season.
Okay. But the defenses wear out. I'm just saying. I would have went for it. I have no problem with it whatsoever. The Rams didn't look any great shakes the first time they had the ball either. Hate to tell you.
Okay. Tony She's saying, I bet Grumpy has a thing for current day Dolly Parton.
No, she looks like an alien, to be honest. I love the commercials where they put babies and they have them fake mouthing, talking things.
Oh, Jesus. I can't even watch the commercials, Grump.
Well, I know because you're watching your little phone. Very
No,
difficult.
I don't like watching commercials. And you're over here glued to TV like commercials. Ooh, man, take your eyes off those damn
Hey,
commercials.
there's Ewan McGregor. He's in a commercial.
What a film saying, glad to see you guys. What's up, What? How are you? Frank Hay said Joe Burrow is Skip Bayless's new favorite.
He's no Tom Brady.
Here, I think he really has the ability to take the next step forward. He's got a way to go. He's got a fantastic wide receiving core. He's got a really solid running back in Joe Mixon. The offensive line is miserable, right? I mean, like when you look at this year's upcoming draft, that's what they need to focus on. Offensive line. That should be number 1, 2, and 3 priorities, Grump.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati should absolutely go for offensive line help. I mean, or even in free agency. I don't have a problem with that. I just think they're way ahead of where people expect them to be at this point in time.
For certain. I'm not saying they're not. All I'm saying is this, Grump. That was the issue they had last season. That's what they need to address again this year. And they're talking about how he misses Sam J.P. Ryan.
Well, it was a quick throw.
You're talking about how that linebacker, right? He's got man coverage on P. Ryan, and that's why he happens to be in that area to deflect that pass. Even then, it was still a contested pass. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan on the first.
P. Ryan was open on the swing.
No, he was covering P. Ryan. That's why he was going in that area, is what they're showing. See, look at the conservative play calling by the Rams. See, like, Jesus, I don't get that. First 4 plays, 3, what is it? The first 5 plays, or 6 plays, run. I don't get it.
Well, that's when teams get in trouble. They get conservative and they start, run, pass. Now he's coming out passing because they've done nothing on first down. He should be able to hit Cooper Kupp here.
He's going to run.
No, he's running. He's running.
Here, Jesus, man. I tell you, all right, you got to be able to hold a little bit of a pocket. I mean, that Bengals defensive line's pinning their ears back. They're getting pressure in Stafford's face. I mean, that's something you've got to fix mighty quick. Stafford's not a fleet-of-foot quarterback. Some of them out there in the league. B. Bean said, TJ, speaking facts, Burrows was not good at Ohio State his first year at LSU. He got much better. Well,
he didn't even get a chance to play.
Burrow is good. Burrow is a good quarterback, but I'm just like, in order to take the next step, he's not at the level yet. I know he's at the highest level. He's not at the highest level of his game yet.
No, he's a young guy. He's only in essence played like a year and a half of football in the pro.
Tony Cheese saying #no kicks. Yeah, that's what it looks like right about here. We've got 3rd down, and they hit Cooper Kupp. He picks up enough for the first down.
I mean, okay, I saw him go out. And why are you not up on Cooper Kupp if you're Cincinnati's defense? That's where he's going.
Playing zone.
Then you don't come up and make a tackle.
Playing zone.
Yeah, well, you know what?
They line up Cooper Kupp. They bring Cooper Kupp essentially out of the backfield. He runs to the flats.
Missed tackle.
Yeah, it was a missed tackle. 2 missed tackles. I mean,
whoop. They're in field goal range.
That's why you don't go ahead and go for it on 4th and 1 at the 50-yard line.
It's a long game.
It's a long game. I'm going to tell you, I said 7+ sacks is the bold. I had one bold prediction for this game, 7+ sacks for the Rams defense. I want to hear you come up with a bold prediction, Grump.
Okay, they're not going to get 7.5 sacks. Is that bold?
No, it is 7.5. I said 7+.
Okay.
So it could be 8.
They're not going to have that many sacks today. I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to have that many sacks today.
If they're down by many points and they're in throw mode, I'm going to let you know something.
It's 0-0. Cincinnati leads both teams in sacks right now, right? They've had 1.
All righty, Grumpy. Right. I mean, the Rams are knocking on the doorstep right now. They're in the red zone, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Cincinnati's been really good holding teams to field goals, though, when they get in close. You got to score touchdowns to win Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the big touchdown receiving threats they've got. Little Beckham Jr. seems to be getting. Here's another little pass to the running back out of the flats in the backfield, and he picks up a good solid 3 yards. Going to make this one 3rd and 3.
Yep.
Now, do we see Sean McVay say, "Let's go"? And again, do we see Sean McVay say, "Let's run the ball here on 3rd and 3 in the red zone"?
He's not running it. I'm thinking they're going to take a shot at the end zone right here. That's what I think they're going to do. That's what I would do. Take a shot at the end zone. You're in field goal range. 3 points is fine. We'll take it. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, let's see here. 3rd and 3.
Now, I'll tell you, Burrow just looks cool, calm, and collected.
Empty backfield. Obviously going to be a pass. 3-man rush from the Bengals.
And
Finds
they go to
Odell
the end
Beckham
zone.
Jr.
Touchdown. There you go. What did I tell you? That's what I would have done. Go to the end zone. There you go.
Do you remember when you told me earlier on this year, when I was a big believer in the issue for Odell Beckham Jr. was his quarterback? Baker Mayfield was miserable. Odell Beckham Jr. has the ability, has the talent. No, he's been a problem everywhere he's gone. Odell Beckham Jr. is really starting to come on, especially during these playoffs too. And here's a touchdown reception for him and a good catch.
Okay, so because he's made one catch in the Super Bowl, that means that the problem was the quarterback in Cleveland.
Look at the numbers.
No one's denying his talent, but his numbers just have not been that good. Here's the thing. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I'm sure there'll be a market for him, but not what it would have been 3 or 4 years ago.
I think there's going to be a market. I think he's played. Think about it, right? Whole new offense he was going to play the Rams. Took him a while to get acclimated early. And I think during these playoffs, he's looked really, really strong. He's a guy when in the zone, and when he's got everything firing in the right direction, I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. He's one of those wide receivers where everything has to be going his way. That's right. How do you think he would have felt if Robert Woods had stayed healthy, where he's not getting the targets that he's getting now, only because Robert Woods got hurt his knee a week or two after he was traded for? Do you think it would have been a little bit different then? I do.
He wasn't traded. He was picked up as a free agent. Odell Beckham, wasn't he? Because they released him. The Browns released him from the contract.
I thought they traded for him. No, they traded for him.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
Certainly Cleveland didn't want it. They didn't want any more of his shenanigans. And that's the thing with some of these wide receivers. It's like, yeah, when things are going great, I'm getting the ball. It's all about me. Yeah, I'm good. But when I'm not, the wheels kind of fall off.
He was released from Cleveland. He was not traded. So released, and they signed him as an unrestricted free agent it was like a quick, they signed him for a 1-year contract, and they gave him his entire salary in Bitcoin, which we're not going to talk about because no need to, but I just thought it was funny to mention. B-Bean, though, saying Odell secured the ball with one hand and the other arm tangled up. Nice move. Good catch. Good concentration. Zach Parise saying, "What's up, Grumpy?
What's up, Zach?
Zach Parise.
What's up, ZP?
Zach Parise. The Zach Parise here." But I hate to say it's a cautionary tale, right? I don't know. I just hope it's not a runaway game. I know it's only 7-0. I told you, I've said this beforehand. I said at the beginning of the game, I'm thinking they win by a bare minimum 13 points.
We know. You've said it 4 times already on this podcast. And I just want to say once again, if you like what you're hearing on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show, calling this live stream game of the Super Bowl 56, stick around for a while. Because here's the thing, TJ, I think we need to mention that periodically because not everybody's on with a 30-second ad. So let's just say that again. Whatever. I don't know what we need to do.
I need you to talk. I need you to talk football, Grump. That's all I need you to do. And Anthony R is saying here, Rams winning in a blowout. Yeah, Anthony. I'm not sure it's gonna be a blowout, but I think the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be a handy win. They're gonna be up by quite a large margin. I don't think they're gonna have to worry about Sean McVay getting in the way and disturbing their ability to win. B Bean says here, who was Grumpy's childhood celebrity crush?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think going way, way, way back. I like Haley Mills. She was in those Disney movies like The Parent Trap and Pollyanna. I thought she was cute.
Can't say I've watched any of those, Grump. I'm not familiar.
Well, that's a shock.
Well, we're about to see Cincinnati's second drive here, seeing what Joe Burrow and this Bengals offense can do. Christopher C. said, it's odd. The Rams are in their road jerseys while they're at home.
Well, because they alternate home teams every year. National Football Conference, American Football Conference. This year, the NFC team is the road team. That's why. They're actually in the visitors' dugout. The visitors' locker room. So they're not even in their own locker room.
That is odd. That is very odd. They're in the visitors' locker room. But man, oh man, I tell you, let's see what they've got cooking here. Joe Burrow, you're gonna have to pass the football in order to win. I mean, you're looking at all these passes. They're quick releases. Get the ball out of Joe Burrow's hand as quick as possible. He hits it to Joe Mixon out of the backfield. He picks up, gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Mm.
Cincinnati's been a big second half team, though. All year. They've been the best second half team in the NFL. So, and Zach Taylor comes from the Sean McVay coaching tree. So,
All these young coaches.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can argue with success, though, right? His regular season record is 16-32-1, but he's 3-0 in the playoffs.
Okay. Look at the team he's got. Again, that's what I'd like to say, Grump. Look at the pieces he's got. I mean, again, he did draft Jamar Chase. He did draft T.
Okay, he didn't draft anyone. He's a coach. He doesn't draft anybody. The GM did.
He's been gifted, right? That team, since he's been there, has been gifted there via selection. T. Higgins. And what do you?
Cincinnati was the worst team in football 2 years ago. The worst team in football. That's how you get the number one pick, by being the worst team in football. He wasn't gifted anything. No one expected Cincinnati to be here. Nobody was predicting Cincinnati to make the playoffs this year, let alone the Super Bowl. Come on. Let's give the little guy a little bit of credit, please.
He overthrows an open wideout.
Well, that's a running back.
He overthrows the open receiver. That better for you, Grump?
Yes.
B. Bean says here, oh, Haley Mills, an English actress.
That's right. Haley Mills, English actress. When you're a kid, there you go.
I'll be interested to watch how that matchup of Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey goes all day. What's that one say a little bit on them? And they're punting the football. So 2 3 and out so far for this Bengals offense. Not a good start. A less than ideal start to the game. Anthony R says the Bengals are 2 years away from winning the Super Bowl, possibly.
Here's the thing. If you don't win a Super Bowl, usually the next year the team takes a slide backwards. I don't think Cincinnati's a great team. I think they got hot at the end of the year. But they do have pieces, honestly, where they could take a step up. Like I said, they need offensive line help in the worst way. I also don't think their defense is that great. I think they're scheme reliant right now. But if you're a Bengals fan, how could you not be happy for their development this year?
This has been the best they've been. What, would you say 2-3 decades?
Since 1988. It's their first Super Bowl since 1988.
So a little over 3 decades. This is the best the Bengals team has been, a little over 3 decades. Yeah. And then Frank K saying Marvin Lewis couldn't win a damn playoff. Marvin Lewis.
Never did. Never won a playoff game.
How was he head coach? I felt like I know the running joke was that guy.
14 years.
I thought I was going to just joke around and say 17. 14 years without a playoff win. Oh, holy crap.
But they keep their head coaches. Everyone was screaming for Marvin Lewis to be fired for years and years and years. And, Mike Brown, descendant of Paul Brown, who was the innovator of modern football, by the way. They just don't like to fire guys. Maybe they don't like to pay them if they're under contract. I don't know. But they don't fire guys. They're real conservative with that.
Maybe they're very loyal. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're just cheap. I think they're cheap, too.
That could be it. Anthony R says Rams trade away their entire future for this Super Bowl. Well, I felt like they did that last year too. Every single year that McVay's been here, after the first year he was there, every year has been, all right, we're all in for the Super Bowl, all in for the Super Bowl, all in for the Super Bowl, year after year after year. And you look at how many good talents they bring in towards or near that trade deadline. And again, it'd be a crying shame if they are unable to win the Super Bowl. I think more falls on McVay than anywhere else. Again, if Cincinnati wins, right, I'm sure Joe Burrow is going to have a fantastic game. Credit to him. But a lot of it's got to go on McVay.
Well, unless McVay's going to have to shit the bed for you to blame it on him.
McVay does that, or McVay has a chance to do that.
They have in the past. They have in the past. But, so far they've made the plays. Matt Stafford threw that, what should have been a big interception in against San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. And let's be honest, that's not on Sean McVay. That's on Matt Stafford making a bad throw if that ball's picked off. I don't know where he was going with it. It just kind of is what it is. But, I think Sean McVay's one of the top 2 or 3 coaches in NFL.
I'm talking about more. You look at Cam Akers. I'm talking about, look at even back to the Tampa game, right? Akers fumbles on the 1-yard line. And Collinsworth's like, oh, this is a fantastic job. He wants to get Akers back involved, and he wants to get confidence built up for Cam Akers because he knows he's going to need him confident in order to win. Akers fumbles again later on that game inside their own 30-yard line and almost blows the game for the Rams. I mean, like you look at certain positions, personnel decisions, and play calling, you say, yeah, McVay, not fantastic on that side.
Yeah. I mean, somebody fumbling, that's not Sean McVay's fault.
Sean McVay's fault of leaving the guy in, Grumpy, if we're paying attention. That's the issue.
No.
So what? You should be able to
He's your number one running back. So a guy fumbles and you're not going to play your number one running back the rest of the game? Come on.
I don't know. What I mean, how many fumbles does a guy need? 2, 3, 4 until you say maybe you should sit on the bench the rest of the game?
Yeah, okay.
Some coaches say we've got a plethora of running backs. You've been injured this year, and guess what? You fumble right back to the freaking bench. That's how that works.
Okay, so then you're going to play without a running back for the rest of the game. That's what you're going to do?
No, Grumpy. They've got Henderson. They've got Sony Michel. They have running backs.
Henderson was hurt. Sony Michel
was
a one-trick pony. So if he's in the game, you know they're running the ball. He doesn't block, and he doesn't catch passes. He's a guy. He's in there. I remember because as a guy who followed New England for a long time, Sony Michel, when he's in the game, it's automatically a handoff to Sony Michel.
They like him pass blocking. They talked about this last game too when the Rams played. But again, just watch. Okay. You'll pick up on it. Christopher C. says here, actually, Grumpy, I expect Cincinnati to win the Super Bowl.
Well, Christopher, you're a smarter guy than I am. I certainly did not pick them to get in the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. I picked Buffalo.
And was that a full start by the Rams? That backs them up? Oh, can't have minimal mistakes. Frank K says, if Trotz coached the Bengals, Burrow would be a water boy.
That's for certain. First of all, he wouldn't have drafted him. He probably would have drafted. Let's see. Maybe he would have traded. He would have traded the first round pick for Derek Carr.
Yeah, there you go.
And there was Sony Michel in for the game. Handoff. There you go. He's a runner.
Okay. He also sticks back there in pass coverage. You do not see him run routes. He's the best. They talked about it. He's the best pass blocking running back they also have. They pick up a few yards, but not enough for the first down. Van Jefferson on the catch. A good job by the Cincinnati Bengals defense getting on him early, making sure he's not able to get anywhere after making that catch.
Yeah, it was a nice job by 22, closing that space off really quickly after the throw.
Yeah. Nice job. Absolutely.
Is this Hecker still kicking for them?
Who?
Johnny Hecker. Been a punter over there forever and ever and ever. Seems like.
I couldn't tell you, Grump. I have no earthly idea who that. Yes.
Years ago, Belichick called him
a punter.
Years ago, Belichick called him the best player on the Rams team, a punter.
Was that?
But here's the thing: he didn't mean it as a slam.
Oh, God,
he was that good. I'm telling you, that's what he said.
I tell you, the weather does look beautiful out there in out west.
La La Land.
Warzone saying here, Grumpy Old Man, did TJ have a shot at the NFL? Yeah, I did. And how about as a coach? No, absolutely not. Coaching was not my thing. But I tell you, good stop there by the Bengals. Needed that one. Couldn't let things start to get out of hands. Are we going to see the first down for Cincinnati today on this drive?
We could be now. But they're a much better second half team than they are at the beginning. Some teams just takes a while to get warmed up. Just does.
I don't know. And again, like I look at last week or 2 weeks ago's game against the Chiefs, right? Some of that blame it was a great job by Burrow with a comeback. A lot of that blame's also got to go on Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
It was Patrick Mahomes.
I said and Patrick Mahomes, both.
Patrick Mahomes was terrible in that game.
Okay.
Terrible.
They were sending 3-man blitzes all game, and when they were running the football, right, they were picking up 5-6 yards a rush. Offensive coordinator decides we're not going to run the football. We're going to run running back screens, and we're just going to throw the ball out deep like we always do. I don't know. As Andy Reid is a head coach, you think to yourself, hey, we need to pick up yards. Go ahead and run the freaking ball.
What does it tell you about Patrick Mahomes? He can audible out of that if he sees that at the line of scrimmage.
Who knows what he's given.
He tried to take everything in his own hands, and he got beat by it. Patrick Mahomes was not good this year. He was not good. It was his worst year as a pro, And even though he played well against Buffalo, he resorted to what he usually does in the playoffs. I mean, the 2 Super Bowl games he was in, he didn't play well. I know he won Super Bowl MVP in that first game against San Francisco, but he was terrible till the last 7 minutes.
He's always played really well at home in the playoffs at Arrowhead Stadium, and that was a game at Arrowhead Stadium.
He's never played anywhere else but home in the playoffs.
Did you?
He's never played a road playoff game except for the 2 Super Bowls. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to ask you a question. I'm not a big ad guy. Did you see the ad where it was just literally a QR code bouncing around the screen? What the hell was that?
I have not. It looked like something bouncing on the screen. I don't know.
That's an odd commercial.
I don't pay attention to that one. It doesn't make any sense.
I know that's why I thought I was having an issue with my phone. I was like, what's going on here? Am I about to lose connection? B Bean says, so is Brady's retirement final?
I think he's already resenting the fact that he was forced to retire by his wife.
Really?
You don't come out a week later and say, well, I never say never. A week later? 1 week later? I mean, remember, those Jim Gray interviews are just, those are lollipop interviews. So he knows what questions to ask. And Joe Mixon
with the big gain. They pick up enough for the first down. First down for the Bengals so far today.
So there you go. They got their first down.
There it is. B Bean says, will Mahomes win another Super Bowl?
Maybe. I think the issue you're going to see with Kansas City is Mahomes' new contract kicks in next season. So that's going to be like $25 million, $28 million less they have to spend. And what happens then? And that's what you see, if you look, we'll mention it after the play here. I'll get back to it because we don't want to miss actual plays.
Well, he bombs it out deep. And a catch by Jamar Chase. Does he burn Jalen Ramsey deep? That's a catch by Jamar Chase. They're in the red zone, knocking on the doorstep right now. A big completion. Ramsey gets burned. Look at that. And he even had a little bit. He was trying to clutch and grab a little bit as Jamar Chase just sped right past him.
Yep. And that's just a fly pattern. Just a freaking fly pattern. Okay.
Well, look what. Wow, that is a fantastic catch. That is a fantastic one-handed catch. Unfreaking believable.
Yep.
No, what he does there, Grump, and you see as soon as he gets on the heels there, or as soon as he gets on the toes of the corner, he flips the route. He was going inside. He flips the route to the outside, forcing Ramsey to flip his hips, and it gives him enough room for that separation. It's a good run route by Jalen Ramsey for certain, or by Jamar Chase for certain.
That's a bad spot. That's a bad spot. He was not touched going down.
I think his helmet.
Ramsey touched him before he caught the ball, but didn't touch him after. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. But
second and 10.
Yes, second and 10. So what were we talking about before that big play?
This comment, Grump.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Holy shit! I still have it on the screen. If you look down,
that's right. Leave it up. That's fine. Right, leave it up. Let's see the play because I said that last time.
Holy shit, Grumpy. Let's come on and drop pass by Joe Mixon.
He heard
the pitter patting and footsteps.
Yes, he did.
Second or third and 10. Eric Weddle. Eric Weddle, man, that guy. He's
retired for 2 years.
Came out of retirement to have a chance to win here this Super Bowl.
Maybe that's what Brady wants to do. Have somebody come in. That's the way to lay lumber right there. But maybe that's what Brady should do. Wait till a team gets 2 weeks from a championship game and say, "Hey, we need you. Come in and play."
Oh God. 3rd and 10 here for the Bengals. Let me ask you this: if you don't pick up a first down here, and let's say it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3, it's close, on the goal line. Are you going for it?
No.
Oh.
He dropped it. He's got to catch that ball.
I mean, he gets hit. I mean,
he's got to catch that ball. You got to catch that ball.
T.
Pitch in the hands, got to catch it.
Wow, I tell you, T. Higgins, he's dropped a lot of passes this year.
That's when he's got to catch.
Another one.
There seems like they're picking on Jalen Ramsey.
No, okay, it was fought. That's a good play all the way around.
That's a good play. Yeah, it got into his body.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, you've got Jalen Ramsey. I mean, he's covered. It's not like these are open.
And the ball is right there.
Blanketed. They're blanketed. They're going for the field goal here.
Boy McPherson has not missed a kick all postseason.
Watch him miss this one now. Okay, he's right to the uprights.
Right down the middle. Okay, back to the comment, since we'll be going to timeout here.
All right, Grumpy.
The thing that you're seeing in recent years, with the exception of Brady, of course, is teams winning Super Bowls where they have their quarterbacks on rookie contracts. So what does that enable you to do? It enables you to invest in the rest of the team, because your quarterback, if they're good, they're going to start making big money after their rookie contract is up. So you cannot invest in auxiliary pieces. Maybe instead of picking a Odell Beckham Jr. up in
Odell
all the
Beckham was one.
preseason.
He was $1 million. So that's not a good example.
Okay. Okay.
It's just not
Top-level
a
free
good
agent.
example.
Okay, a top-level free agent. So
Okay.
instead of getting a top-level free agent, you have to get somebody who's like 2 levels down, because you don't have the cap space to go after the big guys. So that's what it does. So you don't have as much talent on your team. And that's what I think you're going to see with Kansas City. They have a lot of older players on their team, guys who are going to be up for contracts within the next couple of years. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, who's probably going to age out. How do you replace those guys? And, that's the big issue. Kansas City is doing it all on the strength of Hill, Mahomes, and Kelce right now. What happens when they can't afford some of the other pieces?
That's what happens when you miss on running back selections. When you take a running back in the first round, you miss out on guys like Jonathan Taylor, Dobbins. You look at every single running back that went after him. Every single other running back besides Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been a legitimate running back. And they go ahead. I mean, Cam Akers was also selected after him, but he's had the injury issues. But I mean, that's what happens. When you don't draft well, you struggle.
It's a different scheme, though. It's not a team that runs the ball a whole lot. They're a pass first team. Come on.
Okay. Do we have to go through the list again of better running backs than Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Here it is, first down run. They're trying an inside zone. And you just think to yourself, here it is again, conservative Los Angeles Rams play calling on the first play. Yeah. Seems like there's a run every single first play. B Bean says Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase, LSU 2.0.
True.
Anthony R said, did you guys hear that the Cardinals and Kyler Murray are at odds? Kyler Murray is such a head case, very immature. Heard he wants a monster contract in a $50 million per year range. I'd trade him. He's not as good as everybody thinks.
I sent TJ an article today. He was upset that he feels like he's been made the fall guy for their loss in the playoffs. And he doesn't like it. That's why he,
unfollowed them on Instagram, Twitter, etc.
Yeah, whatever the social media thing is, they're not part of it anymore. As everyone knows, I have no social media presence, so I don't know what it entails. I guess maybe just boop, unfollow. I don't know what you do.
Yeah. If you go to the page, you go unfollow, Grump. It's as simple as that.
That's what he did. But I mean, what it means is there's a problem there. That's what it does mean. And we didn't know why. And then it came out today because he felt like he was being made the fall guy. Is anyone even talking about the Cardinals or Kyler Murray? Really?
Well, the Teach and a Grumpy Old Man show is. So
yeah, I know, but
maybe it made waves there to Cardinals brass.
Well, maybe. I mean, they were listening to us for certain, but I mean, the mainstream media is not. I mean, the sports media is not talking about that. They will be tomorrow, though. We were just ahead of the curve, as usual, talking about that.
Oh, I'm certain, Grump. You look at that. Yikes! Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Struggled. He did struggle. He struggled down the stretch, and he struggled in the playoff game he was in. I mean, you'd be lying if you didn't say if you said he didn't.
How many years has Kyler Murray been in the league now?
3.
3 years. Every year has this starts the same way. He starts off great, then come mid-season, 3/4 way through the season, his play starts dropping. I think he wears out. He's a smaller guy, and I think he just physically wears down. Now, I don't think him putting muscle on is going to make any difference. Honestly, it's going to take away with some of the skills that he does have. I mean, he's got a great arm, really shifty back there, not big. I just think teams kind of learn how to scheme. That's what I thought happened with the Rams. They just learned how to scheme him, and that's what they did. I mean, I don't think he's the greatest thing ever. He's certainly good, but I don't understand. I mean, is that the type of guy you'd like? Stop shaking your head. I hate when you do that.
I'm trying to. Okay, you keep droning on. I have something I want to interject with. Jesus Christ, you just keep going on, and you get off the point I want to make.
Quiet. So let me ask you a question. If you had a team,
holy shit! Now you're going to ask me a question, and I wanted to make a statement about your prior statement. Go ahead, ask me a question.
If you had a team, is Kyler Murray, after what he's done and how he's kind of whined about this. Is he the type of guy you'd want as your quarterback?
Okay, there's a lot worse quarterbacks that you could have, Grump. It's as simple as that. If you're giving me a choice to pick from, is it this guy or Herbert or Joe Burrow, right? I wouldn't pick Kyler Murray, but if I've got the selection of Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, and Zach Wilson, I'm probably going to say, yeah, let's go with Kyler Murray. There's a lot worse you can do. There's a lot better than what you can do with Murray. Murray's a good QB. What I wanted to bring up before you kept droning on, DeAndre Hopkins going out also had a direct impact in his production this season. So do you wonder, okay, is he a guy? Oh, wow. I mean, that's almost Matt Stafford sales almost throws an interception. But what I'm asking here is, I mean, is it because DeAndre Hopkins went out this year that we saw a sharp decrease in his play?
I think he contributed to it. I also think, like I said, I've seen him tail off the last 3 years. I think it's because he's so slight. I think he can only take so many hits before you kind of get worn out a little bit. He's not real big, so that harms him, I think.
Okay, so after DeAndre Hopkins went out and got hurt, he did not throw in the remaining 5 games of the regular season. Wide open, Odell Beckham Jr. He picks up enough for the first down. They go ahead and change field. They go ahead and flip the field. They're now in Cincinnati Bengals territory. But in the 5 games in the regular season that Kyler Murray played without a healthy DeAndre Hopkins, he did not pass for more than 264 yards in any of those 5 games. I don't know, Grump. He struggled a lot without DeAndre Hopkins in the lineup, and it makes me wonder, is he more reliant upon DeAndre Hopkins in order to be successful?
Well, DeAndre Hopkins, top 5 wide receiver in the league? You should be dependent on him. But then, what does it mean about going, to your secondary guys?
He is a smaller, injury-prone player. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. The only thing I'm wondering, oh, wow, man, Henderson catches the ball out of the backfield. He picks up enough for the first down. That Rams offense is moving right now. They're knocking on the doorstep of the Cincinnati Bengals.
They showed Eric Weddle. Looks like he might have injured his shoulder on that hit on Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Looking at that collarbone area.
I'm sure he did. Oh, Jesus.
See, that he was looking at, but here's the thing, Hendricks is never going to keep up with him.
Well, I was about to say, you've got a D end.
Yeah. They were supposed to go over there, was initially the play. They weren't expecting Hendrickson to be over there, so he had to wait another couple of seconds to wait for him to clear. Nice play call by Sean McVay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wide open, right?
No. Oh, okay. Here's the thing, right? If he slips out of the backfield, you usually it's running zone, right? You hit the zone of a guy who's a DN. You're dropping DNs back in zone coverage. That usually doesn't a rushing DN back in zone coverage.
It was the screen pass. They had 3 blockers over there, but Hendrickson sniffed it out, so he had to finish out. But it was a nice play call. It was wide open. I mean, it's a nice play call. Come on. It's 25, 30-yard gain. I'd say it's not a nice play call.
Oh, stop. Not every 20, 30-yard gain is a nice play call. Sometimes it's poor execution.
That was a nice play call, though.
Okay, I'm glad I know that from your opinion, Grumpy. But 2nd and 4, they're about inside the Bengals' 10-yard line. Oh, Rams take a timeout. 12 minutes and 56 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, Grumpy old man. BB said, wow, good play by the defensive back. Murray will be another RG3, says Frank K.
You know what? He kind of reminds me of RG3 a little bit. Those frail guys. People forget how good Robert Griffin III was when
his first year. He was spectacular.
Then the knee injury, that kind of did him in. Was never the same after that. But I mean, another guy, frail. Those guys don't tend to last. They don't.
Christopher C. said, I think I know what Grump meant by talent. Rams and the Bengals got this far by young talent. Islanders can learn something from these two teams.
Christopher, you're very wise. Wise beyond your years.
Oh, man, absolutely. 2nd and 4 here for the Rams.
Now, I'll be pissed off if it's a run.
It's a run. No, it's a play action.
Right there it is to Cup.
And they find Cooper Kupp wide open.
I mean, you saw it. As soon as he broke loose, I'm like, oh, it's going to Kupp. You know it.
Yep. At first, I was like, they had me by Eli Apple. He's the man who's toasted. Oh, man. Why every single time does he throw a touchdown do we get to see Matthew Stafford's wife and his family cheering? I care less about that. I want to see what's going on the field, to be quite frank with you. I care less
If you
about
want to
people
watch
cheering this game.
celebrations on the field, I'd much rather watch the families.
I don't care about Matthew Stafford's wife or anybody else's wife and kids and family up there.
It's been a big story. People forget how she was really, really sick a couple of years ago when he was in Detroit.
I didn't know that. What was she sick with?
I don't remember. Look it up. That's what you.
That's your
job.
God! Look at the Rams. Oh my goodness!
Can he run it back for 2?
But look at this. Look at this, and they're pitching it.
Because if they score, okay, they're not going to score. They could have got 2 points out of that.
I was about to say. Now you're looking at it right now. All you need is a touchdown and a field goal, and it's a tie game.
Still up by 10.
I don't know. You wonder how plays like that and mishaps like that sometimes affect the game. Big picture. So
you want to hear a big picture thing? If Matt, and I heard people talking about it this week. We talked about it. What?
I thought you were about to say if Matt Stafford wins this year, he might retire.
No.
Okay.
We talked about it on Thursday's podcast, and when I talked about it, and then I heard everyone else talking about it. If the Rams win the Super Bowl, Matt Stafford's probably making the Hall of Fame. Think about that. Because he has the numbers
have always been really good, and he's never been able to win the big game. And now that they could say they can pin this on his lack of success now in the Lions. They don't say it's on Stafford. Now it's the Lions are such a dumpster fire that was the reason he was unable to win for the longest time. And as soon as he leaves the Lions, he wins a Super Bowl in his first year. What they'll leave out is that he's playing on the most talented team with the best defense and fantastic wide receiving and tight end core. That's what they won't include.
Here's what I have to say about his numbers in Detroit. When you're losing all the time and you have to throw the ball, that's where you're picking up yards and touchdowns. And I'm not putting down Matt Stafford, but has he ever been a top 5 quarterback in the league ever?
If you look at stats, yes, but if you look at performance, no.
Yeah, no.
It's the same thing we said, guys. Sometimes guys who are undeserving make the Hall of Fame, i.e. Eli Manning will make the Hall of Fame, and he does not deserve to make the Hall of Fame.
No.
Simple as that.
Well, you look at Lynn Swann's numbers. You look at wide receivers not in the Hall of Fame. Lynn Swann is just, to me, he was like a flashy player in Pittsburgh, but they were a running team. I mean, I thought John Stallworth was better than he was in the big moments.
He only had 5,400 yards receiving in his career.
Yeah. Again,
it was a little different. He only played 8 years. Man, look at played until he was 30 years old. I assume it was an injury that kept him out.
No. Just wanted to retire. Wanted the TV. Then he was a failed athletic director at USC.
Anthony R says Kyler Murray wanted all the smoke when he made the news about going football instead of baseball. And you could tell he was a me type of guy. It's all about him, not the team.
I'm just surprised that he reacted like that. I'm like, what is wrong with you? That was the first. I'm like, I don't want a guy like that leading my football team.
Here's the thing. The players hold all the power these days. It used to be where teams held power. Now you're seeing the switch. The same thing you saw happen in the NBA years ago, you're seeing happening now in the NFL, and will start to happen in every other sports league. The players hold all the power. That's where it's going. Yeah, and if you don't keep the players always happy and coddle them, then that's the issue.
But would you consider him a winner?
Oh, my God. Did you just see the replay? Holy crap. Look at this.
How the hell? Punt the ball. He just can't spot
it. He misses it. He can't put his finger on the damn tip of the ball.
He just should have went down. Just go down.
Oh, my God. Jesus, that's awesome. Oh, good gracious.
Johnny, what the hecker?
Christ almighty. Well, you want to respond back quick here if you're Cincinnati. They're getting pressure in the face. A nice completion on a slant there to Tyler Boyd, most sure-handed receiver they've got. He picks up enough for the first down.
That Chase has got pretty good hands, too.
Who's that?
That Jamar Chase got
again, you talk about the least drops on the team. It's Tyler Boyd. Warzone Senior Citizen says here, eating a healthy diet and exercising like an athlete while using mild anabolic steroids is way healthier than eating McDonald's 5 times a week and being 150 pounds overweight. That is true.
Very true.
I would say it's always good to find somewhere in the middle. Don't need to take steroids if you don't need them. And you don't need to be eating McDonald's 5 times a week unless you're getting salads. And even then, I'd kind of question what type of salad they've got. And then B Bean says, love the banter between you two guys. Well, thanks, B Bean. We appreciate it. B Bean also says, wow, Rams already scored more points than the last Super Bowl.
You know what Aaron Donald has done in this game? Absolutely nothing. Remember when I said you can scheme a defensive tackle out of a game? I said that.
Okay, how many 11 off, how many, Grump? 11 snaps? 11 snaps, you're saying they schemed on a game? They're double teaming him. Every single time the slide side is on his side, so they're double teaming Aaron Donald.
He's done nothing, is all I said. Nothing.
Okay, let's wait and see how this continues throughout. Okay, Grump? You know what? It's going to get to a time period to where as the game opens up.
You realize they have had the ball more than 11 snaps, right? You do realize that.
How many snaps, Grumpy? 15 snaps? It was a big completion to Jamar Chase. There were 3 and out the first 2 drives. The third drive,
4 and out and 3 and out.
4 and out and then 3 and out, Grumpy. And then they bomb it down the field on a 5-play drive for a touchdown. And then it's been this drive. I don't know how many more plays you think they've had. It's not many.
They only got a field goal. So
the field goal, I apologize, Grump. Nice job finding the cutback lane there for Joe Mixon. He picks up enough for the first down. Looks like the Bengals are moving the football. They're now in the Los Angeles Rams territory, Grump.
You know, you always wonder, okay, we're up 10 points, moving the ball pretty good. Take the foot off the gas a little bit defensively. Just psychologically, you kind of wonder.
That's a good job.
Cincinnati's not going to quit.
67 does a good job here blocking that linebacker. He washes him down and opens that hole wide open, Grumpy. Wide open. They've got the ball right now, the 36-yard line. And here's another run to Joe Mixon. Well, they're trying to establish that run game, that's for certain. Frank K said, RG3's dad killed his career too involved in his business. I forgot that happened too. Yeah. It's funny, as it gets further removed, you kind of forget the nuances and all the issues that happened. You know, sometimes family does get involved and it does hurt a bit.
I'm glad that he's rebounded a little bit, and I think he's doing something with ESPN on college football on Saturdays. I'm glad to see that.
He does. He
seemed like a real nice guy. I hate guys whose career ends with injuries and they say, well, he's a bust. Well, no, he was injured. I mean, that's the one thing with football. Injuries make you look like a bust.
And Jesus, man, that sailed a bit. But you look at he called the Peach Bowl, I believe, Pittsburgh against Michigan State, and he works a lot. He does a lot of those college football, and he is a very nice guy from everything I hear. And then B Bean also says Stafford's wife on the podcast. She dated the backup quarterback at Georgia to make Matthew Stafford jealous. What?
I guess it worked.
Oh man. Oh no, she said he did. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. And she had a brain tumor, I think. Ooh,
I knew there was something that she was ill. I didn't remember what it was, but I mean, you know, it's a heartwarming story. I do remember that. I didn't remember what it was. Maybe that's why they're showing a lot of her. They also showed Whitworth's wife also. First down.
Don't need to see the wives of the players or any family.
I don't mind. I don't mind that at all.
T. Higgins with the catch. They pick up enough for another Cincinnati first down, driving the ball downfield here. They're knocking on the doorstep.
If you want to look at fans who are cheering for the teams, look at the family, because we got to remember this is a corporate event.
I don't want to see fans cheering for the team. Call me crazy. I could care less what the fans are doing in the stands, to be quite honest with you, Grumpy.
I could care less about the struggles of the fans.
I'd rather see what's going on in the field. That's what I rather see. I'd rather see everybody high five and say, "Yeah, touchdown." I don't care about that. It's never interested me. It's just filler, is all it is. Nice job on a start and stop there by Mixon. How the hell is a Rams defense? How the hell is the guy at the outside edge? Do you still get caught up on that? You have help to the inside. Again, it doesn't result in a huge gain, but you turn what would have been a loss of yards or a stop at the line of scrimmage into a 3 or 4 yard gain. Nice play by Joe Mixon.
Nice stutter step by him also.
For certain. There's CJ Uzomah back in action again. I know they said that he had that knee injury against Kansas City Grump, but he's back in there.
And you see with the brace, there it is.
Yeah, I wonder if it's one of those things I'm going to need knee surgery in the offseason, but I want to prolong it because I could fight through it today.
Empty backfield.
Yeah, let's see here.
Where's Jamar Chase?
And you've got
five guys out in the pattern.
Oh, he picks up enough there. It's going to be about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, let me ask you this. Go 4th and 1. Are you going for it, or are you kicking another field goal?
Field goal.
Another field goal in the red zone.
Yep.
Rams defense looks like it is. They're breathing heavy. Von Miller taking a play off. I know Aaron Donald was just out. Now Aaron Donald's still out. That defense for the Rams are breathing heavy.
Maybe they put a better player in there for Aaron Donald. He ain't done anything today.
You're ridiculous. B Bean says here, are you saying Eli will make the Hall of Fame on his name only? He won 2 Super Bowls, and because he has a name. That's the only reason he's making a Super Bowl.
Okay. Joe Namath.
Sorry. Oh, he picks up enough for the first down. Wide receiver bubble screen, and they pick up enough for the first down. Cincinnati now going to be 1st and goal.
Think about it. Joe Namath now, of course, the game was played differently, and he got in for a bunch of reasons. But he won because they won the guarantee game, the first AFL team to win a Super Bowl. That's actually a run right there. That's not a pass. It was behind the line of scrimmage.
A nice catch, a pass thrown behind him. That's a hell of a catch, a one-handed catch by Jamar Chase, too.
Yeah. Now you think they go with Mixon here on a run?
Well, there it is. It's a run to Mixon. He gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. But yes, Grumpy, you're talking about Joe Namath. Let's stay focused.
Yeah, where don't tell me to stay focused, please. All right. I do what I do. You do what you do. Don't worry about me.
You like
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not going to be you. Let's just put it together. Okay. So, but he won it pretty much just for winning that Super Bowl, and other things too. He was Joe Namath, right? But Eli Manning beat the Patriots twice. Once was the undefeated season that they stopped. That's kind of why you're seeing it. Here we go.
Oh, and a trick play. I'll be honest with you. Your team's in trouble when you're breaking out trick plays in the red zone.
Well,
you're in trouble when you're breaking out the trick plays. That's all I'm saying. I'm
going to say,
by Mixon.
Okay, it worked. That's a play I would have saved for later in the game. I'm just saying
that was a 7-minute drive. That was a hell of a drive by Cincinnati. I'm gonna let you know something though. You're in trouble when your team starts breaking out the trick plays.
And they're only down by 3 points. So you can say whatever you want, but they're wearing out the Cincinnati. They're wearing out the Rams defense.
Hold on, it's one drive. Hold on. 3 and out, or 4 and out, 3 and out, and then a 6-play field goal. And now this is the first drive they've had any sort of continued offensive success, and that's wearing the defense out.
The last 2 drives, they moved the ball right down the field. I'm just saying. God.
It's about plays. It's not about how quick, right?
Yeah, they've had a lot of plays, too.
This drive they did. That's correct.
And you want to know who's done nothing?
It's done a lot of plays.
Do you want to know who's done nothing? Aaron Donald.
Oh, that's funny. It looks like the 7-sack prediction of the bold prediction is not going to come true. Not going to come through fruition. But I think it's more based off of Eli's numbers. Think about this. He almost averaged an interception for every touchdown he threw in his career. And to think that a guy like that's going to make the Hall of Fame or have a chance to making the Hall of Fame is ludicrous.
But he did win 2 Super Bowls as a starting quarterback. I mean, that's why he's going to get in. I don't think he's Hall of Fame. I mean, Jim Plunkett won 2 Super Bowls with the Raiders. And considering what he went through to get there, was actually way tougher than Eli Manning. He's not going to snip the Hall of Fame. And I don't think he should.
And then Christopher C said, to TJ, the players and the fans should be the ones with all the power, not the owners. I'm not saying the owners, I'm saying head coaches no longer have the ability to roll sometimes the way they would like to. It's a lot more of managing personalities and managing individuals than it used to be in the past. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, right, you look at Kyler Murray and sometimes you have quarterbacks. Look at Deshaun Watson before everything happened with his allegations, right? He was upset and wanted to leave Houston because he did not have a direct impact on who the head coach manager is going to be. Look at Aaron Rodgers with the Green Bay Packers, right? They had to restructure his deal so he could be traded away this offseason, or to be move away this offseason because he was unhappy with who their general manager was selecting in the draft, and he wants to leave. You see a lot of that happening. And as a general manager, right, you may have a pitcher. If it doesn't align with your player, right, the player has all the power now to say, all right, I just won't play for you. Trade me somewhere else. I don't need the money. I get paid $50-something million a year. And with all these endorsements, I can afford to sit out a year. You can't because you're without a job. So it's just funny to see how that landscape has changed.
It all started with Brady. Brady started the whole thing.
The rumors that, Aaron Donald will retire if the Rams win it all. Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess he'll be playing next year too.
Tony Cheese saying here, Cornfield man, thanks for the offensive line analysis, TJ. Always, always, always. Christopher C said, you're right, Grumpy. Injuries in football do make you a bust, but so do injuries in hockey as well.
I just think hockey's a little bit different in the fact that the injuries you get in football, man, it's just way more physical contact in football. And if you lose a half a step, you're done. You're toast. I remember Steve Entman, who's Steve Entman? What? He was a fantastic defensive tackle.
Why now are we watching Alex Morgan? I'm sorry. Why now? Because Alex Morgan.
Because she's a celebrity. That's why.
I need to see the celebrities at the Super Bowl. I'm going to say there's probably more celebrities than they could show one. I don't need to see that.
You know what? Why don't you just stop watching Super Bowls then? Because it's mostly about the show anyway. I mean, I don't know
the game. That's what I'm there for.
There was nothing happening. There was nothing happening. So they just put up a blank screen until the kickoff. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Talk about. Whoa, another celebrity excited. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry, Grump. I didn't mean to cut you.
I don't know. I'm done. Whatever you killed my vibe.
Oh, I killed your
vibe. My vibe. I'm just saying injuries are worse in football. You lose a half a step there, you're finished.
For certain. Steve
Entman was a great player. Knee injury did him in. He was #1 draft pick for the Colts.
And you've got here a run. They pick up about a good solid 6 yards. The Rams do. Christopher C.
Let's make it 7. Let's make it 7.
Okay, 7 yards. Christopher C. said Eli deserves the Hall of Fame. His brother did it. Or maybe he doesn't deserve the Hall of Fame because his brother did it. I mean, he'll live a lot off the cachet of Peyton.
Well, it's part of the name, too, and Archie, the dad. So, there it is, wide open. Nobody wanted to get up on him. Why is 21 not getting up on 12?
It's because they probably were drawn right. They can't think about how much time Stafford had back there in the backfield. And he had all the time in the world, all the time back there, Grump. The nice pass touchdown for the Bengals. Go ahead,
yeah, but here's the thing, right? I think in the clutch, Eli was a better quarterback than Peyton. Peyton never played well in the big game, in the Super Bowl.
I think Eli was lucky. I think Eli was more lucky.
He was lucky.
Else.
He was lucky.
He had a horseshoe jammed up his ass throughout his career.
It's true.
Oh man. Well, look at that. You could just tell they were sending a freaking blitz. I mean, look how many guys they had lined up into the box, creeping forward as that snap count was going, and they still don't audible or change the play. Is
that on the head coach or the quarterback?
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of times,
I'm asking you a question.
Hold on. Head coaches sometimes do not give players the chance to audible out. And sometimes they'll have a check with me or do this. I'm just telling you, Grump.
So you're trying to tell me that a 13-year veteran isn't going to have, or the coach isn't going to have enough faith in his handpicked quarterback that he traded how many first-round drafts? He's not going to have the option to have an audible out of a call like that?
Of every single play? No, dude. If they say, hey, run the football, and you've got 10 seconds left on a freaking play clock, you're just kind of like, oh, shit. Some quarterbacks have more liberty than others. That's all I'm saying. Jesus Christ. He throws,
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Non-contact injury.
I hope he didn't tear his ACL or anything. Oh, I hate to see that. A shitty pass behind Odell Beckham Jr. And he crumbles right to the ground. Yeah. Oh, man.
You know what?
Comes off.
I don't think he's going to get that big free agent contract I was talking about earlier.
I hate to see that. And here's the thing. That's a shitty pass by Matt Stafford. It's a pass behind Odell Beckham Jr. Watch it again.
Freaking hands.
Watch it again. When they come back, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He's got to slow up and try to alter the route because it's a shitty bullet pass that's thrown behind him.
You know what? Your love for Odell Beckham Jr. sickens me. It really does. You're trying to blame Matt Stafford for him having a non-contact injury. Is that correct?
The non-contact movement he had to make to try to contort his body was made because of a shitty pass on Matt Stafford.
He didn't have to contort his body.
Watch again. Watch when they come back. I promise you they did. I promise you.
You're delusional. You know what?
I promise you.
Your out-and-out love for Odell Beckham Jr. is making me sick.
B-Bean says, TJ, you're only in trouble if the trick plays do not work. When you're usually having to use trick plays, I think to myself, man, you might be in trouble because you don't think you can get in with your normal playbook. That's what I think.
I could always tell when the New England Patriots were in trouble when Josh McDaniels would dial up those certain trick plays. I'm like, oh.
Like a Julian Edelman pass where he throws it to a wide receiver bubble screen. It's Julian Edelman. He used to be the old quarterback in college, would bomb it downfield. That's when you're in trouble. You can't move the ball.
You realize he only threw one pass in his pro career.
Julian Edelman did?
That was it. That was the only pass he threw.
No, that can't be real.
I think maybe he threw one in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. Those are the only 2 times ever in his career he threw a pass.
Oh, freaking way. I gotta look this up, Grumpy.
Absolutely.
I feel like he had a lot of times where he threw the football.
No, he did not. He did not.
You're gonna make me fact check your ass over here,
That
Grumpy.
2014 pass against the Ravens in the divisional playoff, that was the first time he ever threw a pass in the pros.
Advanced passing stats. That's incorrect, Grumpy old man. He's had 6 career passing attempts.
When was the first time he threw a pass?
2018. He had 2 passing attempts in 2018, 2 passing attempts in 2019, 2 passing attempts in 2020. He had 6 career passing attempts.
In 2014, in the playoffs, that was the first pass he ever made in his career.
Okay.
The stats just prove you out. You're talking about 18, 19, and 20.
What about it? You said he threw the ball once in his career. That's not correct.
That time, that was the first pass in his career. And he also threw one in the Super Bowl. I'm talking about
Odell Beckham.
Well, he's walking.
He's done. He's done. He's not coming back. Look at this. It's thrown behind him. Look at that right there. He's got to slow his motion up because that shitty freaking pass towards. Look at that shit.
Then you're a crap athlete.
No, it's not. It's a shitty pass. Matthew Stafford blew out his ACL. Look at this.
The reason why I got it.
Yes, it is. It's a shitty pass. If it's on target, it doesn't have to stop.
Just stop.
Get out of here. Get out of here. It's a shitty pass.
3rd and 9. 3rd and 9.
You're without Odell Beckham Jr. the rest of the game. Yikes. Matthew Stafford, fantastic. Ugh. Tyler Higbee with the reception. They pick up enough for the first down. Man, I feel for Odell Beckham Jr. What a shitty pass. Ugh. And then Beat Me also saying, remember the Mad Hatter at LSU? TJ, he won the title after a season of trick plays and 4th down plays.
And by the way, that's not Tyler Higbee, just to let you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tyler Higbee is number 89. I don't think he's playing today.
I see big white tight end for them, and I think Tyler Higbee. I don't watch enough Rams games.
Thanks for stereotype.
Well, he's the white tight end on that team. I didn't know they had the backup. Was also that he's the same body frame and a full start. Oh man, yikes!
But I mean, okay, it looks like the Rams can move the ball very effectively, though, with or without a couple of weapons. But are they going to be able to stop Cincinnati?
Yeah, that's right.
Because Cincinnati gets better as the game goes on.
Well, you're right. Higbee's not in today. That was Bryson Hopkins.
Yeah.
Tony Cheese saying, if I'm correct, Joe Namath has more interceptions and touchdowns, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Not sure you guys mentioned that.
True. Very true.
I think a lot of it had to do with his
the game. And remember, the game was a lot different back then. A lot different. The players, it was just so different. He looks like he's a little scrambled. Oh, he got a little choky there.
Oh, he throws the ball out. Here's the thing.
But
he just tours wide receivers. His wide receivers ACL.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's not. He's going to the locker room with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. He's not fine. He's not fine.
He's fine. Suck it up. Come on, Nancy. Get back out there on the field.
Oh, yeah. Suck up a torn ACL. Your hatred for him is pathetic. You know what?
I don't have a hatred for him.
Why don't you tell me again how great freaking Baker Mayfield is? He's a freaking miserable quarterback.
I think you're going to see him play in the second half.
Miserable.
Your hatred for Baker Mayfield. I don't hate
where Baker Mayfield goes. You know where Baker Mayfield goes on my tier quarterbacks? Bottom tier. Awful. I mean, yeah, I put him in the same class as Tua. I mean, Tua actually probably has a little bit more, I think, to prove. I think Tua is probably a little actually better than Baker Mayfield, Grump. If I'm picking quarterbacks to start a team with.
I'm glad you're not a GM.
Christopher C. said here, you're right, TJ. Maybe the Islanders can learn something, right, Grumpy? Absolutely. B. Bean said, I don't care what anybody says. You two are related, and that is final. LOL. No. B. Bean says here, Eli and Peyton both have 2 Super Bowl wins. Which is the goal? How many quarterbacks with 2 Super Bowl wins are not in the Hall of Fame?
Jim Plunkett is not in the Hall of Fame.
Look at that. He's airing it out long, Matt Stafford. And he throws a pick. Jesus Christ, he sucks.
No!
He sucks. Matt Stafford is so freaking bad.
Matt Stafford, just remembered who he was. He's Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. How many more are we going to see now? Are we going to see his wife now crying? If we're showing her every single time he does anything well, here's the thing. Matt Stafford on that drive just ended the Rams' chances of winning. And here's the reason.
Oh, my God.
Listen to me here. Listen to me here. Not only did he just go ahead and throw an interception in the end zone, bad pass by him, he also just tore his best wide receivers or his second best wide receivers
Oh, now
ACL.
look at it. Listen. So
That's what it is.
Is that a
That's what it is.
Freudian slip?
I am blaming Matthew Stafford on that ACL tear. Convince me otherwise. It's a shitty pass. He had to contort his body because the ball was behind him. Shitty pass by Matt Stafford tears Odell Beckham Jr.'s knee. And guess what? Feel bad for him because he probably won't be able to play next season. And if he does, it's going to be a late in the season type of play. You got to feel for the guy.
Well,
shitty pass by Stafford tears an ACL of his damn wideout. Second best wideout on the team.
I think he's going to be back in the second half, and he's going to give it a go.
Well, how good are wide receivers when they're playing on torn ACLs? Is that usually good, Grumpy? Usually good when they're playing on that?
He's probably just as good with a torn ACL as in how he usually plays. Not very good.
Frank K saying that Stafford pass was awfully forced. Exactly. Thank you so much, Frank. Grumpy's the only one who doesn't see it because he doesn't want to. But Matt Stafford.
Okay, that's not why he got injured. It was a non-contact injury.
So hold on. If the ball's behind you, do you just want Odell Beckham to say, "Man, I'm not going to try to catch that one because my quarterback made a shitty pass"? He tries to contort his body to make the catch, and it tears his ACL because he's trying to make up for Matt Stafford's shitty pass. Grumpy.
No, just chill out.
Man, what do you mean? Just chill out? That's exactly what it is. If you can't see that, I don't know what else.
Ridiculous. I bet that's not going to be Matt Stafford blows out OBJ's knee. I guarantee that will not be the headline tomorrow.
I'm sure it won't.
Joe Burrow leads comeback to beat the Rams. Okay. Aaron Donald says he'll play forever now because he's not good enough to be a winner. He's done. Your pal Aaron Donald has done nothing in the first half. Nothing.
Well, let's wait. Let's just wait and see.
That's what he looks like against the Patriots.
How is Joe Burrow done? How is Joe Burrow done besides the one big pass to Jamar Chase, who was open? It was a better route and catch by Jamar Chase and pass by Burrow. I mean, here's the thing, Grumpy. Aaron Donald's done a good job. That defense has done a good job. It's a fantastic. Jamar Chase has been good, man. He's been dialed in today. And again, I was not a big proponent of drafting Jamar Chase at that spot. I thought Penei Sewell was better for the team's needs of the Bengals. I was wrong on that one. Reuniting Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow was a fantastic decision. A great job by that GM for Cincinnati. So I can admit when I'm wrong, Grumpy. I do it. Alexander says, "Hey, guys, hope you guys are doing great and having an awesome day. For certain we are. If Odell Beckham Jr. is out of the game, this changes everything. For certain it does. For certain it does. It limits the Rams big time."
I just want to talk about something about Kyler Murray. If Aaron Rodgers gets traded to the AFC, like everyone's saying, to Denver, let's say that happens, would you say that Kyler Murray is the best quarterback in the NFC?
He's going to get traded to where? You said to Denver?
To Denver, yeah.
That's the AFC.
I know that. Would you say that Kyler Murray then, if Rodgers is out of the NFC, would Kyler Murray be the best quarterback in the NFC?
So Rodgers being traded. I thought you said
yes.
Murray being traded. Okay, Rodgers being traded to Denver. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'd
right.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not? I think Kyler Murray is a good QB. I think that he does wear down towards the end of the year, and him missing DeAndre Hopkins, he really looked like he struggled down the stretch.
Why did they get the ball at the 10?
Be honest, I looked away. Maybe the guy tried to take a kick out. Oh no, they threw the intercept. I don't know. Oh, he celebrated. They had somebody that was not on, who was not dressed, celebrating with that.
Dumb. How dumb.
I don't know. I have to assume that's what it was because it just showed that replay. But man, oh man. Oh.
This is where you like to see if you can get a double dip here. You get some points before the end of the half and get the opening kickoff in the second half.
Oh, I was about to say, right? Yeah, you could go ahead and tie this game up going to the halftime.
I mean, they have all 3 timeouts.
CJ Uzama moving pretty well. Alexander saying, "Whoa, TJ, Tua is better than Mayfield. Don't disrespect like that." I think they're similar type of quarterbacks. They're both game managers. I think Tua maybe has a higher. I don't think much of Baker Mayfield. I think he's hideous. That's it. Just that's all it is. And then Frank K saying here, "Grumpy old man, who do you hate more, Odell Beckham Jr. or Josh Bailey?"
I don't hate either. I don't hate either player.
Oh, there we go. There's a pressure. There's a pressure by Aaron Donald.
Looked like a late hit.
Yeah, okay. Pressure on the quarterback. But continue.
Joe Cool. He's like, no problem. I'll run that guy all over the field a couple of times. He ain't done anything.
It's the player who's wearing the Bengals.
Who is this
what the hell is he
idiot
doing?
on the field?
I couldn't tell you. That's it got called a taunting penalty. Oh man,
What is this moron doing on the field?
dude, he
Who
just
is he?
cost your team field position. I don't know. He doesn't have a number on the back, but I mean, come
Dexter
on.
Dipshit. That's
You
his
should
name,
you
probably.
should know not. You should know if you're not in the
What
game
the
not to be
hell?
running on the field. You're not even wearing a damn uniform. It's not like you could. Oh, babe, look at that. They get pressure in the face of Burrow. Oh,
Completed
buddy.
pass.
Look at this though. Look at this Mike linebacker come screaming through. He's matched up on that running back. I mean, he gets pressure right in Burrow's face. But 47 seconds remaining until the end of half, and the Bengals take their first time out.
I'm surprised they took a first. I'm surprised. I don't think you're close enough to really score right now. Who's this guy, Jay-Z?
I don't need to see all these celebrities at the game. I just want to see the game. This is what I mean, Grumpy. I don't need to see these celebrities.
I don't mind looking at her.
I don't even know. I know who LeBron James is because he's an athlete. I don't know who the majority of these people are. Couldn't tell you. Jennifer
Lopez and Ben Affleck, they're together again.
Who cares about that?
Everything old is new again.
I know Emmett Smith. There we go.
Smith looks like he's tossing a few back.
Oh no, it's just
liquid courage there.
He's just drinking some iced watered. Alexander saying Jefferson could have made a play too. Van Jefferson. I don't know, man. Stafford is a good quarterback teacher. I don't know what you evaluate. I'm just looking at that. I mean, come on. He's wide open in the slot. There you go. Oh, here you go, grumpy old man. There's your first sack of the game. They only need six
Aaron Donald, who was totally blocked.
Grumpy, hold on. They're sending a
totally blocked.
Grumpy, they're sending a 4-man rush. What are you complaining about? They get a sack. Doesn't matter who gets it. They get a sack.
Have 6+ to go to meet your bold prediction.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. The first of the game. Maybe. I don't know, Grumpy. Still not completely out of the question. Stafford, I don't know. I'm picking on him about that shitty pass.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. You see that, Grumpy?
Nothing. Just standing there.
Hold on. Did you see how there was 3? Count it. 1, they had the right guard, the center, and the left guard all blocking Aaron Donald. That is 3 offensive linemen to 1 defensive lineman.
That's because he ran into the pile because he's not smart enough to elude the blockers.
No, Grumpy. They run a slide protection.
He ain't done shit. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, he's one of the best defensive tackles that's ever lived.
Ah, please.
What do you mean, huh?
You like him because he went to Schittsburg University.
I'm representing right here too, Grumpy. I'm representing, so don't you worry.
Believe me, it hasn't escaped anyone's attention.
Baker Mayfield's just as bad as Josh Bailey. Maybe, I'll be honest with you, Baker Mayfield might be a little worse than Bailey.
No.
Baker Mayfield, okay, Josh Bailey did have a 60+ point season.
That's all I'm going to say. That's a bad punt.
That is not a good punt.
It's a line drive.
I'm about to say you're at the 40-yard line. You're at your 40-yard line. You've got 30 seconds left. You have a timeout left. You still have time to get in the field goal range.
Very easily. They have 1 timeout left. They can easily get in field goal range.
K4M saying, streaming the effing game. This is effing absurd. This new era of censorship stream. Well, they don't allow you to stream the game. Otherwise, you'll get it taken down. They want to get their TV money, man. That's all it is, K4. So we just talk about the game, having a good time, and offer you an alternative perspective. Not saying, oh, well, we try to be a little off the cuff, a little more off the cuff than what you'll see on TV. Alexander saying, yes, TJ, that's correct. Non-uniform celebration.
What a dope!
I don't know how he does that, dude. The thing is, he's not even dressing. Maybe that's a practice squad player. I don't know because I don't know who that is. Is it a practice squad guy? Is it a guy who's been injured? Is it a guy who's I don't even know. But Jesus, man, stay on the sidelines.
I will tell you what, though, if they get a field goal here, that's all on the celebration because you're calling different plays from your 10 than from your 20 with 2 minutes to go.
I do agree with that. What a film saying. I love listening to you guys argue during football games. Great entertainment.
It's because TJ thinks he knows what he's talking about, and everyone else knows that he doesn't.
I do know what I'm talking about. B Bean says, is Grumpy ready to see Snoop Dogg? Grumpy ready to see Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg. I mean,
I like Snoop Dogg.
I was thinking about this. I saw something on Biggie and Tupac earlier in the week. Some guy, Nick Brumfeld has done, a little documentary on the murders of those 2 guys. And I was thinking, Tupac died when he was Tupac Shakur for those uninitiated.
Tupac's not dead. He's still alive.
Yeah. 24 years old when he was gunned down. And he would be like 50 now. It was so long ago. And I'm like, holy crap. And I think, can you imagine what a 50-year-old rocker looks like? And I'm like, oh shit, Snoop Dogg. And we get to see it. So, I mean, Yeah. I just find it funny. All these guys who are big rappers, all of them, every single one, they start from the streets. I mean, that's, how they became famous, singing about what they lived. And then they all become corporate types and they sell out. And I don't blame them. I would sell out too, but I just think it's funny that rappers are, in particular are, it's like their life, what they live. And that's how they, their truth when they were growing up. And that's how their songs are all about. But now they're corporate. I just think
here's
that's
the thing.
funny.
When you've got millions of dollars, you're not picking to still live on the streets and live a hard life. It's
I just find it funny, where they would sing about people selling out and being corporate, and we're not like that. And then they become that. And I don't blame them at all. I just find it entertaining and amusing.
Who would figure we'd be talking about rappers and Snoop Dogg on today's Super Bowl show? Who would figure that?
He's in the halftime show.
Yeah, he is. Well, yeah, Matt Stafford.
Who's the one guy you can't let beat you here?
Oh, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Have there been any? Here's the thing, too. The only flags we've seen are what are they, pre-snap penalties?
Yeah, all on the Rams.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, oh, yeah, he's torn his ACL. Oh. That's a shame. That's a shame. Oh. That's a shame. Sorry. Fantastic talent.
He'll be back second half.
No, he's not. Look at him.
Maybe he had too many tattoo treatments on his legs. Maybe that weakened that muscle area around there.
Yeah, no, it didn't ligament. It didn't weaken.
I think it's a tattoo artist who's to blame, not Matt Stafford.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Matt Stafford. Jesus Christ, Matt Stafford. Christopher C says here, a nice completion here to Cooper Kupp. He picks
one
up
guy you cannot let beat you is Cooper Kupp. That's the one guy.
There's only 18 seconds left.
Make someone else beat you. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting two guys on Cooper Kupp. Van Jefferson, can you beat one-on-one coverage? All the power to you.
Well,
I'm not letting Cooper Kupp beat me.
Here's the thing. Now that you've lost Odell Beckham Jr. because of a hideous pass by the QB, now you're in trouble. It's as simple as that, man. I don't know. It's a bad pass by Stafford. Simple and plain as that. He's torn the ACL of Odell Beckham Jr. with a shitty pass. Christopher C. said, this game could come down to the wire based on the young talent. I hope Coach Trotz is watching so the Islanders can get back to it. Young talent wins games. Right, Grumpy?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Alexander saying,
why did you burn his last time out?
Because he was stopped in bounds. Okay, run yourself a little route to the sideline, pick up a few yards. All you need is one completion towards the sidelines, Grump. Simple as that. You're at the 50-yard line, and you'll be in field goal range. It's 3rd and 1. You don't want to go ahead and limit all the time on the clock. Here's Stafford, and he overthrows Van Jefferson. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I said, make Van Jefferson make plays to beat you.
Here's the thing. Odell Beckham Jr. was making plays, but that bastard Stafford tore his ACL. Man, I don't know if I'll ever forgive Stafford for that.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I don't know. Dude, he was on Odell Beckham Jr. Jefferson. He's going to have 100-plus yards receiving today, having a chance for the damn player of the game. I'm telling you, Odell Beckham Jr. would have had the chance for that. Would have.
Van Jefferson is being blanketed by Sammy Slot cover corner. What can I tell you? Oh, hey, don't fumble it there, Johnny Hecker.
Oh, goodness gracious. And then Tony Cheese says, you can't even watch the Super Bowl without a Bailey mention.
That's not my fault. I didn't bring them up.
There
are actually a couple of Bailey references.
B Bean says here, the game is on NBC free TV, not cable, so no complaints allowed. There you go.
You want something? My son, who doesn't believe in getting cable, I stream everything. Well, guess what?
Cable.
He doesn't have cable. He doesn't have, I don't even know if they do analog rabbit ears, if they even work anymore. But he said, well, what's the game on today? Is it on NFL Network? Or I'm like, no, dude, it's on NBC.
NBC, man, what the?
And I'm like, he's like, well, I don't have regular TV. I said, well, maybe I can watch it on NFL Network. I said, I don't think it's on NFL Network either.
It's
but he doesn't get regular television. I say to him, I said, dude, you should just get basic cable. I think in the apartment complex he lives in, I think it's like $10 a month. Why would you not get that? Why would you not get that?
I was about to say cable. Even if it's basic cable, the only reason you get, like, we live in an apartment, you get cable, right? So you can watch
local weather, local news stories. They blew up a building in your hometown has blown up. Well, they're not showing that shit on Netflix. I'm going to tell you that much.
On Netflix.
Your apartment, the apartment complex next to you exploded. Stadium collapses. News at 11. I mean, he doesn't know.
You got to get the basic cable. Talk some sense into him, Grump. Alexander says round one, TJ versus the grumpy old man, a fight. Biggie versus Tupac were the greatest rappers to ever touch the mic.
I liked what was Biggie's song? It was big after he was dead.
I love when you call me Big Papa.
No. Geez, what? No, I don't think it was Notorious. Maybe it was Notorious. I don't know. Maybe that was the album. It was like,
can't you see what?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. I like that one.
Hypnotize, yeah.
Yeah, I like Hypnotize. That's it. I could sing that song.
So Odell Beckham Jr. questionable return after a left knee injury.
Yeah, he might be back.
Hypnotized. Thank you, Alexander.
Let me tell you something, TJ. I'm going to tell you something.
What are you going to tell me, Grump?
The Warden, 8 Mile, because I have cable. I have DirecTV, so I get the movie channels, because hey, I'm not Sammy Streamer. I don't make me try to reinvent the wheel at my age. I'm not doing it. So they had 8 Mile, and that song. What's Eminem's big song? His first one. I don't know. They played over the end credits, and I was dancing to it, And she thought it was funny as hell. I'm like, let me tell you something. I'm a great dancer, by the way. I'm just, the limitations of the couch right now. That's why I can't show you the dance moves.
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself. Lose yourself is the name of the song. Yes, that's right. That's a good song, man. That's a good tune. And I actually like that movie too.
I was about to say 8 Mile's a good movie.
It was good.
It's a good movie, Grumpy. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and then Lose Yourself, Nick Epstein, Lose Yourself, 8 Mile. There it is.
And I'm dancing, doing my dancing and stuff. I'm like, yeah, come on, baby, lose yourself. It was good. I tell you, and the Warden, she wanted to videotape it and send it out. I'm like, you should. She's like, I said, everyone think it'd be great because some people were coming over the house and they're like, and she's like, oh, you don't want to do that with people. I said, what? They're going to be laughing at you. I said, so what? I said, no, they're going to be laughing at you, not with you. I said, what do I care if they laugh at me? So what?
He says, rabbit. Oh,
be
yeah.
Rabbit. Be Rabbit.
Be Rabbit.
Right. Be Rabbit. Right. Bunny Rabbit. Be Rabbit.
Oh man, I've got to watch 8 Mile again. I forgot how great it is. Deion Sanders talking about Oikos yogurt. Christ Almighty! Oh man, good gracious! I do like Oikos yogurt. It is a good yogurt.
What are you talking about? You watching commercials now? All of a sudden,
why
don't you do our commercial? Why don't you do that?
What do you mean our commercial, Grump? Let the fans know who we sponsored by, Grump.
That's your job. Spit it out. Spit the. Whatever they tell them to spit something when they're doing like the rap challenge.
Spit the ad out. Is that what is that?
Like spit something.
Spit something, Grumpy. Oh my gosh.
Lyrics, spitting whatever. They spit something. It means that they're throwing the words out there. Oh, there's Snoop Dogg. What the hell is he wearing? He wouldn't have been caught dead in that costume 25 years ago. He's got his whole posse with him.
And it's Dr. Dre in the front.
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Oh, Eminem's going to be here. He's going to be singing that song. He's got to sing that one.
Oh, Grumpy, man. You're going to make me die laughing over here.
The halftime show.
Before we start going, we got an ad to read there. Hoops fans, the latest offer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is too good to pass up. I'm between the legs, 36 windmill good. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get 150 in free bets if they win. It's that simple. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still take your shot at a big payday. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes at DraftKings Daily Fantasy Basketball Contest. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes worth their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now or use promo code THPN and bet just $1 on any NBA team and get 150 in free bets if they win. That's promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. You must be 21 years or older, and minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for a full list of requirement and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Void where prohibited. Minimum of a $5 deposit. And gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And Tennessee, call or text TN Redline, which is 1-800-889-9789. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. And New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY, which is 467-369.
Yeah. California dreaming. See, that was a good tune too. But see, that you have to have a rhythm. I just don't like something where it's just like, they just kind of spitting the words out. You got to have there's got to be some type of musical thing in the background.
Kanye the Giant says, the song Fact by Eminem? Classic.
I do not. Sorry. I do not know that one.
I'll have to take a look there. Alexander at the video sent us. B-Bean said, I believe you, Grumpy. I could see you doing the worm, the twist, the salsa, the tango, and breakdancing all in one.
Let me tell you something. The warden doesn't like it when I try to do lambada. She doesn't like that. The lambada. The dance of love. She doesn't like that. The lambada. You got to look up the lambada. It's a dance.
I'm not sure what the hell that is, Grumpy.
I just told you what it was. Lambada. Lambata. The lambata.
The lambada. Hold on a second, Grumpy.
It's like a lambada.
We got this here sent by.
That's not it.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
Oh shit! Oh my goodness gracious!
Clarence is going to talk about today.
Let's see what Grumpy's going to
see what we get.
Is this for Grumpy?
And it's
a
Josh Bailey rant.
Yes.
And we're spinning now to see what Clarence is going to talk about today.
Clarence. Oh, I don't know. That might be somebody else, but you can apply it to the grumpy old man too.
Oh, look at this. They got a house here.
Man, they got that stuff up quick. Ugh, I don't care.
Let me tell you something. They know what they're doing. I remember when I worked Super Bowl, I don't know which one it was, 34, Super Bowl 34. Man, I'll tell you what, we were there for when they were practicing that, and those guys, they get moving out there.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm sure.
That was I worked at Super Bowl where they had the wardrobe malfunction with Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, and we didn't know anything about it being in the stadium. But then the next day, as we were on the plane back from Dallas, because that Super Bowl was in Houston, but we flew out of Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That was all the thing, was the wardrobe malfunction. I was like, oh, I thought they were actually talking about the guy who ran naked onto the field.
This guy ran naked on the field, huh?
Yeah, the guy ran naked on the field, and he went out there in a referee's uniform, and then he run out there naked. He's a guy who used to run naked in all these things, some guy from England, and he just got wiped out.
That guy from England?
Yes.
Oh, hold on a second. He was the one?
It was. I don't know if it was on TV or not, if they ever showed it on TV, but we saw it. It was like, holy crap, look at him out there naked. Remember, they got that 7-second delay or whatever they have. So,
oh my goodness, Grumpy. I think I know which one you're talking about. He does all those ones.
Something. Yeah. Mark something, I think his name was.
Oh man, I'll have to pull it up. But no, they, even with the delay, you still saw the wardrobe malfunction of Janet Jackson.
No. What I'm talking about, the naked guy. I don't think that was shown on national TV.
I'm sure it was not, but you talk about the 7-second. Yeah, Mark Roberts is his name.
Mark Roberts, that's his name. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you talk about the 7-second delay. They still included the Justin Timberlake ripping off and the wardrobe malfunction on Janet Jackson. Why again did Justin Timberlake do that? And it's one of those things where
it was a show. They were trying to be edgy.
I didn't think she wanted to have that happen, did she?
Oh, please. Come on. Tell me she wasn't on, please.
Well, I don't know.
I don't believe that. Right. So she just had a shirt that you could pull down on one side, and she had a pasty on her little boop boop there.
Oh, God. Nick D saying here, TJ Grump, what's up? What's up, Nick D? I just remembered you guys are live. What do you think of the game so far? Grumpy's favorite artists are next.
I think, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight in this game. This is why football is for me now. I don't have a champion to root for. The greatest of all time is retired. He might be back. Who knows? He could probably take the Detroit Lions to a Super Bowl championship, honestly. But he's retired, so now I'm just kind of in it just to have fun. But actually, my performance on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man talking about football will probably be better. Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Alrighty, Grumpy, we've got comments to look through. Don't be freaking watching the damn. We don't need to take your eyes off.
There's the Snoopster.
The Snoopster. California love, Grumpy. Yeah.
California love.
The gangsta old man is Grumpy's new name.
OG.
I saw Alexander. We showed the other one where it was determining how they determined who was going to play on Matt Barzal's right wing. Always showed that a few times. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. We'll have to bring that up. I will save that for a rainy day to always show on the Islanders. Kanye, the Giant, said, "Just kidding. I don't listen to that song. It's insane." And then Derek W saying, "You guys showing the halftime show?" No, we're not showing the halftime show. We're just covering the game live. But welcome to the show, Derek. The notorious GOM, the notorious Grumpy Old Man.
See, I like said Hypnotized was the only song of his I liked. And
That
he only put it out after he was dead.
Well,
oh, who is it? Who's this guy? Who are these fellas? Who's those girls?
who are these
fellas? Those are some big girls.
Who are these fellas, says the Grumpy Old Man.
I don't know, and they got some really big girls.
You talk about, right, like some of the Super Bowls in the past have had the halftime show where it's just like a stage and they just go up and sing on it. At least it looks like this is kind of a little bit more interactive than the stages have been in the past, Grump.
Yeah, they're having to walk upstairs. They got fat girls on the bottom level. They got some.
I love how they have like the paid people who just go down there and pretend like they're dancing around like they're fans. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, no, it was worse when they actually had the fake fans out there because they are programmed. All those people on the other Super Bowls, you see them sitting right there. Look at Snoop is enjoying it, man. I wonder.
That is Dr. Dre.
No, Snoop was dancing next to him. I wonder how many bones he's been smoking today.
Okay, Grumpy. Can you get back to your comment, please?
I just hope that Snoop Dogg doesn't fall off the damn top of the building. That'd be funny. Now, that would be funny.
Can you get back to your comment, Grump?
Yeah. In the Super Bowl, those halftime shows, whenever you see a whole bunch of fans around the stage, they're all fake fans. They're not really fake fans.
That's what I was saying. I said.
So I just said, I thought you were talking about this Super Bowl.
The people down at the bottom who were there, celebrating around and like dancing to the music, those people are paid individuals, Grump.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Didn't this Dr. Dre character invent like the headphone or something?
No, he's got the Beats by Dr. Dre.
Yeah, there you
go. He didn't invent the headphone, but he was the one who helped discover Eminem. Oh my God, I could not imagine
That's
singing.
Not Eminem.
That's 50 Cent. I think
was that girl. That's 50 Cent. He looks like he's looking like he's 2.5 bills. He ain't 50 cents no more.
He's upside down. It's hard to tell. He's upside down.
We got some twerkers going on. Who's this girl?
I don't. Oh yeah. Oh my God. 50 Cent has put on a few.
Like I said, he looks like he's 2.5 bills if he's 50 cents.
It's 50 cent, not cents. Anyway.
Hey, DJ, he's wearing the type of shirt you'd love to wear on our show.
I was about to say, I'd wear a cutoff shirt anytime there.
They can really swivel their stuff. I'm gonna give him credit.
And then Nick D said, "This is a pretty good halftime show. Still doesn't beat Prince."
Prince. He's dead.
Why'd you say it like that? He is dead. How long ago did Prince die? You know the crazy thing? I saw one of those flashbacks where they said Steve Jobs died almost 11 years ago.
Yeah, think about that.
11 years. And it makes me think when I ever think like, oh yeah, Prince died. Like Prince probably died like 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't know how long ago Prince died.
No, longer than that, I think.
Really?
Yeah, longer than that. I want to say maybe 10 years ago.
2016. So he died April 2016, 6 years ago. That's what I was about to say.
And he died in the same thing. Why have they got these big fat girls up there? I want to see some skinny girls.
Who cares who's dancing?
I do. It's there for the entertainment portion, is it not?
Who cares? Anyway, continue, Grump. This girl's a singer.
Yeah, she's part of the show. That's Mary J. Blige. I know her. I know why they put the fat girls with her because it makes her look thinner. You know, like how they do. You go like you go with ugly girls. If you're not really, you go with ugly girls. It makes you look prettier. That's what she's doing right here.
Anyway, continue, Grumpy. Talking about Prince.
Yeah, he died from the same thing that Michael Jackson, accidental overdose of that. Because they couldn't sleep, and they give him a little something.
He had fentanyl. He had a
Yep.
fentanyl overdose. Was
Is
the
that-
fentanyl what Michael Jackson died of?
Yeah, it was like that. Like they give him something to put them to sleep, and you take too much, and out you go. Not coming back from that one.
He died of sedatives and propofol. I don't even know.
Yeah, propofol. That's what I thought that Prince died from also.
No, he did fentanyl overdose. Anyway,
Don't do fentanyl, kids. Don't do it.
Dr. Grump. And then
Yeah.
I was saying, Snoop bought Death Row Records. No, I was not aware. And wow, 50 Cent put on some pounds. Looked like 50 Cent ate at 50 cents.
It's like it looks like he ate 2.5 bills worth of 50 cents. He's not
you
using
think they're
coins
lip
anymore.
Do you think they're lip singing? I'm sure
Absolutely, they're lip singing. Absolutely, they lip sync. They do not sing live.
I don't blame them either. Why would you? Why would you live sing that?
Well, most of them can't sing, so believe me, most of them can't sing. They can't actually sing. I do want to see Eminem to see if he sings that song "Lose Yourself" so I can dance for the warden later.
Oh goodness, so you could dance for the warden later. Oh man,
yeah, man. I tell you, I was good, real good.
Mary J is not. She's not lip singing. Okay, fair enough. But Grumpy, let's talk some football. Let's talk a little football here, man. Get a little break from this halftime show.
Mary J. Blige looks like she could play linebacker for either one of these teams right now.
No, she's not that big. She's still skinny. She look. I mean, how tall do you think Mary J. Blige is? Like 5'2", 5'3"?
Maybe she could be running back then.
She's still way too small. How tall?
She's got a big lower body, a lot of power there. She got a new album out too.
I didn't know she was still singing.
Well, neither did I, but I heard earlier this week that she's got a new album coming out.
She's 5'9". Never mind. I didn't know she was as tall as she was.
Man. I bet she hits like a ton of bricks too. She fell down. Maybe she doesn't have the stamina that you're looking for. This is going to be my boy Eminem.
Oh yeah, they're all got the Eminem haircut.
Is that Eminem? No, it's Dr. Dre. Dre Day. Dre Day.
Okay, let's get.
I don't know who that guy is in the middle because I don't know my rappers, my present day rappers, even my old rappers. I don't know, just a couple.
Oh goodness, gosh. Okay, what a film saying here. Hilarious halftime commentary, Grumpy. You're the man.
Thank you. I gotta say, I'm entertained. I'm not able to listen to it. Maybe that's what makes it even more appealing. But I mean, I like the action out there.
Kendrick Lamar, Grumpy.
Okay,
I have a lot of good songs. Kendrick Lamar. You've never heard of him?
Never heard of him.
Okay.
No. He needs glasses on in the middle of the stadium. I don't know why.
It's part of his get up. What's wrong with that?
Persona. Okay,
it's part of his persona.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anyway,
no, he's the only guy without bleach blonde hair. Okay, that's what makes him stand.
I had to assume Eminem's coming on next, right? I don't know.
He's going to sing my song too.
What's the song, Grumpy?
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself. There we go, Grump. There we go. Anyway, now
even their little beards are all dyed blonde too.
I know I was about to say they're all dyed blonde. Anyway, now Grumpy, talking a little football action here. Rams, right? They're going in with a lead, 3-point lead at half. Cincinnati usually does make good second half adjustments. I mean, who do you think is in the driver's seat the second half? Odell Beckham Jr. probably out with an ACL tear. Cincinnati, I think, has got a little bit of the upper hand, right?
I just think Cincinnati's a second half team. They have been all year. And Joe Burrow is really cool under pressure. I mean, I think we've seen from Matthew Stafford that he's still Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he is tearing ACLs there of wide receivers like Odell Beckham Jr. That is for certain. You can keep rolling your eyes, but I'm telling you, that drive may be the final impact of the game.
Oh, stop. He's got the best wide receiver in the league on his team. They're not targeting him enough. He's the guy who should be getting all the balls. They're not triple covering Cooper Kupp.
If you're double teaming, I mean,
who's this? Is this? That's
Eminem. That's Eminem, Grumpy.
That's Eminem. That's my boy. There he is.
That's your boy, huh?
I don't know what he's doing. I just remember from that movie.
He had a lot of great songs. I was about to say,
beat up. I remember he got beat up in that.
Think about this. Odell Beckham Jr. already had 52 receiving yards before he went out with an injury with more than 3 minutes left in the first half. I'm telling you, and a touchdown. I seriously think he would have been poised to win the MVP.
Oh my God!
If they won,
what?
What do you mean? What?
Stop!
What?
No! Stop!
What is that? What do you mean, Grumpy? What are you complaining about?
Why don't you tell us again how many sacks?
Hold on. If you ask, let me ask you a question. If you have over 100, let's say you have 120 or 130 receiving yards, and Cooper Kupp has been kind of contained today, would you disagree?
I don't think they've even thrown the ball to him. He's been open.
They have thrown to it. It's not like he's been wide open. They've done a good job of covering up and matching up with Cooper Kupp. I'm saying, if you have 120 receiving yards, you lead your team in receiving yards, and you've got a touchdown or two receiving touchdown, and Matt Stafford throws a pick or two, I don't think it's crazy to think that your wide receiver might win MVP if you win the game. You singing your Eminem song, Grumpy?
I know he's doing. I can tell because of the way he's moving. That's the way I move. Yeah, go.
He said Eminem is now on. Jenner says, "Here comes Eminem."
Yeah,
my favorite. Eminem, he's singing your song, Grumpy. He's singing your song, Grumpy.
I tell you what, he stayed slim. The other guys all look a little fat. That's 50 Cent. He's out of juice. They had to sit him down on the couch. But Eminem, man, he still looks pretty good. Still wearing the same outfit he wore in that movie too.
Stop.
I think he could afford better clothes. I think his name is Matthew Mathers. You want to know? When I heard the name Eminem, I'm like, what the hell is Eminem? How do you spell
Marshall Mathers, Grumpy, not Matthew Mathers.
Whatever.
Marshall Mathers.
Whatever. But Eminem, and I'm like, Eminem, why is he called Eminem? Is he like the little candy? Like M&M's? That's what I thought. And I'm like, oh, Eminem. And he spells it different. I don't know. I can't understand that.
He spelled, yeah. EMINEM, something like that. I'm pretty sure is how you spell Eminem. But there it goes. Dr. Dre playing on the piano. I wonder if I don't know. I don't know what song they're singing right now, but
Eminem's probably got another.
I will say this has been, I think, probably the best constructed halftime show I've seen in a while. Even though I'm not listening to the music, I'm just saying how quickly. No, that's not Dr. Dre. Or is it?
Most of these guys only have one or two good songs, so you can't. That's why they got 1,000 of them out there. You send Springsteen out there.
Come on.
Springsteen out there. He plays bits and pieces of like 10 songs. And, it's there's my boy Snoop. He's still up there doing his little shuffle, the Snoop shuffle, whatever the heck you call it.
What a films they're saying. Yeah, Burrow is supposed to be Mr. Clutch. So it might get interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I got to think that Cincinnati has a good chance to win.
I think Cincinnati's in the driver's seat.
What does that do for the AFC and the quarterbacks in the AFC next year of Cincinnati?
I just cannot believe Stafford blew Odell Beckham Jr.'s ACL. I'm still kind of hung up over that.
Grow up.
What do you mean grow up? There's nothing to grow up on. It's a shitty pass, and you're without your you lose your second best wideout with an ACL tear because of a shitty pass. What? I don't know, Grumpy. It has a direct impact on the game.
I'm not saying it doesn't have a direct impact on the game, but for you to say that he caused him to tear it, it's a non-contact injury.
Let me ask you this: if that pass was on target, and Odell Beckham Jr. doesn't have to stop his route and to try to contort his body to make a catch, does he tear his ACL there?
I just want to say something. You want
no. We'll let you say it after you answer that question. Answer that question first.
Super important. I'll get to the question.
No. Answer that question first.
They put 50 Cent in the background because he's so big, he's like a back drop down. So they don't put him up front. He cut everybody else. They have to put him in the back. Cannot put him up front.
Anyway, continue. If that pass is on target and it's not thrown behind him, and Odell Beckham Jr. doesn't have to contort his body, does he tear his ACL there?
He could. It was a non-contact injury.
The question is no.
Yes, he probably does because he doesn't train well.
Jeez, you're ridiculous. I feel bad for Odell Beckham Jr. I feel bad for him. I really do.
I'm not happy that he's hurt. I think he's going to come back. He's going to give it a shot in the second half. I believe he's going to try to give it a shot. And kudos to him if he does. He'll get props from me.
The shitty thing is, too,
you realize that the hero of the people, Tom Brady.
Who's the hero of the people?
Tom Brady. Don't worry. Everyone knows. But I'm just going to say it's Tom Brady. He played all of last year, a Super Bowl year, in a pandemic with a new team, with a torn MCL. He played with a torn MCL all year. All year.
Okay. He's
all year.
Hold on. He's a quarterback.
He didn't, somebody had a bad snap. You don't see him crawling up the field on his belly because of a bad snap.
How often?
He's a champion.
How often?
The greatest of all time.
How often, grumpy old man, do you see? Oh, this is a LeBron commercial. How often do you see Tom Brady running in his fleet of foot, running out of the pocket? How often do you see that?
Often.
This is a weird commercial
Even with-
too. They've got one of those like animated ones.
Oh,
to
now
where
you
it's
want to talk commercials, right? Now you want to talk
certain
commercials?
ones.
Why?
I'm
Because
glancing at
we're
it.
talking about Tom Brady. So now you want to talk about commercials.
It's another goat too. It's LeBron James. LeBron James commercial. I don't know. Anytime they do those commercials where it's like they try to like animate a picture on somebody's face to make
Oh
them
my
look like they were
God,
when they're
Jim
young.
Carrey doing his cable guy ripoff.
Oh, my God.
Cable guy.
Goodness
Jim
gracious.
Carrey's funny as hell. But I think he's just a guy who appeals to men. I don't think he appeals to women. The warden hates him, but I think he's funny.
I don't know.
Oh, probably because they don't want cable now. Everyone wants to streaming shit. Some little box. Yeah, be careful what that box is telling you.
Man, you can tell he's got his hair dyed out the ass.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Without a doubt.
Oh my God. Oh, good gracious. But Grump. Anyway, so you think those Cincinnati's in the driver's seat today?
I think they're in good position to win the game. That's what I think. I think they're in really good position to win the game. I don't think either team is in the driver's seat. I mean, it's 13-10. Cincinnati gets the ball to start the second half. If they score a touchdown, and then let's see what happens with the Rams. I mean, you're going to have to go up a bit. I mean, I knew the Rams were not going to blow out Cincinnati. I told you that.
I almost said one thing. If Odell Beckham Jr. is healthy, I think they score on that drive. What are you rolling your eyes for? Huh?
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Guess what? They didn't, and they could possibly lose. Okay.
Let me ask you a quick question. Not Super Bowl related. Have you watched any of the Olympics yet? I tried to watch a little bit of the cross country event for like 25 minutes today. I'm like, not interested.
I did watch some of the Olympics yesterday. I watched some of the bobsled, single person bobsled.
I'm trying to look for one thing. I was going to watch the curling one because they're putting like a whole bunch of like memes online about the curling team and how they look like a whole
popular. I love curling.
Well, they talk about how a whole bunch of those people are they look like they're a whole bunch of dads just like getting together on the weekends and curling. And I'm like, okay, and throwing stones. I'm like, I could maybe get behind and watch some of that. But I haven't found one particular sport I'm looking to watch. Oh, is that Booker McFarland there with them?
Yeah, and that's the kicker, Mr. Kicker Boy.
McPherson. Yeah, McPherson. Yeah.
That kid's feeling, I mean, talk about it. He's living the life right now.
Dude, think about it, right? You're an NFL guy. You're getting so much TV attention. And here's the thing. You're a kicker, so you don't get hit. You don't have tough practices. You just literally kick a ball all day. We were always jealous of the kickers, always, because they'd sit on there and they just dick around and kick the football all practice long as everybody else is doing, getting their ass beat.
I mean, good for him. 5th round draft pick out of what, Florida?
I can't remember.
What now? You can't hear it?
I can't remember where he was selected from.
Florida, 5th round, I believe, out of Florida. And the kid's been just absolute money in the playoffs. Has not missed a kick. Of course, now I've jinxed him mentioning it twice today. So when he misses the big kick at the end and they lose, well, you know who to blame. That'll be my fault. It won't be Matt Stafford's fault. It'll be my fault.
Well, this year he was 28 for 33, and he has not missed a kick so far in the postseason. No, I will tell you this much, Grump. It won't be your fault. It won't be your fault. All I'm going to say is this. Matt Stafford, come on. Oh, just feel for Odell Beckham Jr. because I know as well as you do, he's torn his ACL, and he's not signing a contract, a legitimate contract this offseason.
Oh, well.
What are you saying oh well for? I mean, a shitty pass. Is that Dickerson? Is that Ed Dickerson running right there? Did you see the news that Ed Dickerson was offered tickets to the Super Bowl, but it were like in the bleeds? Did you hear about that?
Who is Ed Dickerson?
The running back for the old running back for the Rams, right?
Eric Dickerson?
Eric Dickerson. What can I say, Grumpy? He played well before my time.
I thought you were talking about that commercial with dogs doing heating and air conditioning.
Ed Dickerson or Eric Dickerson. Okay, I thought he went by Ed.
If it's the running back for the Rams, it's Eric Dickerson. I saw him play live. I know who his name is. That's pretty crappy. If they gave him seats in the bleeds.
I'm trying to see. I think that's what it was, but I got to look that up.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I know.
He was with the Rams and then with the Colts. Outstanding. Very good. He ran straight up and down, though. He was straight up and down running, but boy, could he run.
Yeah, here it is. Yep. Eric Dickerson.
Ed. Don't say Ed again.
his middle name is E, or his middle name starts with a D. So I'm just going. He was going as Ed as an abbreviation. But he said I don't know if he's there at the game, but he said he may not attend the Super Bowl after the Rams offered him tickets, quotes, in the rafters. I saw that. I was just like, damn, come on. He's like, I don't think I'm going to go. I'm just going to watch it on TV instead of sitting up there in the rafters. Let's put it like this. They wanted to give me tickets in the rafters in the 400s. So I'd say I'd rather stay at home and watch it.
You know what? He shouldn't have said anything. And if that's what he wanted to do, and if someone asked him, but when you're putting it out there, stop crying, woe is me, Eric Dickerson.
Okay, here's the thing. They should give him better tickets.
They should have, without a doubt. But don't go crying about it. You're looking for a freebie ticket, okay? And they didn't give you one to your liking. You should have got a better ticket. I'll be honest.
They gave freebie tickets to all these celebs like your Ben Afflecks and everybody like that said, come on to the game.
I'm going to bet they did.
And Eric Dickerson sitting up on the bleeds. Sorry. I got a problem with that.
Eric Dickerson doesn't put fannies in the seats anymore, where those people do.
Oh, my boy, Eric Dickerson, a.k.a. known as Ed Dickerson, to the real close ones, the OGs, Ed Dickerson.
What a loser.
Oh, my goodness. I thought his name was Ed Dickerson. Couldn't tell you why. Yes, I used to play
football with the Ed.
Ed Dickerson, my boy, Ed Dickerson. Don't you remember his glasses? Yeah, the goggles. Who doesn't remember the goggles? Eric Dickerson, though. Boom.
He was great. He was really, really good. Really good.
Oh man.
He could really run.
Well, we're right back here. We're gonna have halftime is just about to end. Thank goodness. Oh, back to some more football action. This is the Super Bowl.
Yeah. 19 pass rush snaps, 1 quarterback hurry for Aaron Donald.
If you're getting double and triple,
that's not good enough.
It's the first half. Oh man. Alexander said Flo is fixing his lawsuit to go after Houston.
He's looking worse. He's looking worse by the day. He should just shut up. He can't prove anything. I'm just gonna tell you, he can't prove anything.
Hold on. Wasn't Lovie Smith hired as the head coach in the Houston Texans?
Yes.
Well, hold on. I don't understand why he's got an issue with it.
Because it wasn't him who got the job. That's why.
Oh God. I don't know. Here's the thing. He's a really good coach too. Really good coach.
Houston didn't want to hire Lovie Smith. What they really wanted to hire was the McGowan guy, Josh McCown. That's who they wanted to hire. But then after all this, they're like, nope, can't hire him.
No, he got hired somewhere else. McGowan got hired somewhere else.
No, he did not. So there was no way they were going to hire him. They had to hire a black guy, so they hired Lovie Smith. That's what happened. Lovie Smith was okay, coach. Does it matter in Houston? I don't think so. They have a lot of work to do.
Who's McCown?
Josh McCown was a backup quarterback. Look at that escapability. The ball down the field. Complete to T. Higgins. Oh, my God. It's 17-13.
Let me ask you a question.
Touchdown for Cincinnati.
Let me ask you a question. Is that not pass interference?
It was, but T. Higgins.
Is that not offensive pass interference?
No.
They have not thrown a flag all freaking day on anything besides pre-snap penalties.
Isn't that
we're going to keep our hands in our pocket on this one. Is he not interfered with after the 5 yards?
Big Dick Joe Burrow.
Hold on. No, Grumpy. Listen, he's wide open. That's not Joe Burrow. That's a wide open, and that is. I'll be interested to see. You just see McVay say, "Holy F!" Oh, they're about to challenge that. I get, and here's. Are they not going to challenge that?
Challenge
offensive pass interference. I want to
challenge offensive pass interference.
You can challenge pass interference.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can. You can challenge.
No, you can't. You're wrong. That was 2 years ago. That's gone. Cannot do it.
Okay. Yeah, Grumpy. Let's go. Let me go ahead and pull up the rule where you could still challenge pass interference. You're wrong.
Go ahead, pull it up, and after you embarrass yourself in front of everybody here, just apologize. Okay. It's no longer a rule. You cannot challenge that anymore. Jalen Ramsey again burned.
Yeah, that's offensive pass interference. No, you can't go ahead and rip a guy. Show us for certain that's offensive pass interference. He yanks the guy down by the face mask. What the hell is the ref looking at?
They were just playing a little bit of peekaboo there. You got
holy shit! What a bad call. Look at that, ref. What the hell are you looking at, buddy? Jesus Christ. And look at Aaron Donald getting held up front. Look at that. That's always beautiful. That's all. That's
Joe Burrow I'll just sachet around you, Aaron Donald.
They did scrap the idea of challenging pass interference. You're right. But here's the thing. That's pass interference. That is offensive pass interference. Yikes, that's bad. Yikes, that's bad. Yikes, that's bad. Oh, yikes.
Look at that.
Yikes, man. Yikes. I don't know, man. That's
awful. They're saying, you know what? We're gonna run it out. Oh no!
That should be 15 yards. Now here's a penalty. Now here's a penalty. It's a makeup. It should be a flag. You can't hit a guy well after he's at the ground. He stands back up. What the hell are you doing? That's awful. I wonder if Chris Collinsworth is talking about a horseshit non-call right there. You talk about items that change games. That changes the game. It does. Flat out, that changes the game.
Chris Collinsworth is happy as hell as a former Cincinnati Bengal.
Holy shit, that's awful. That's awful. That's fucking awful. That's awful. That's awful. Holy shit, that's bad. I don't know how many times I could say it. That's egregiously bad. Good job by the NFL. Holy shit, what a fucking joke. What a joke. What a freaking joke. Direct penalty leads to a touchdown. And Matt Stafford.
An interception!
Here's the thing. Matt Stafford ain't that good. Ladies and gents, Matt Stafford throwing behind players, throwing in front of players. And again, he slips up. Tight end looks like he slips. But Matt Stafford tearing ACLs of wide receivers, and now he's making yikes.
It could be a 13-plus point difference just going for Cincinnati.
Oh, my God, what a shitty pass.
He's got to catch that. Hit him right in the hand. He's got to catch that.
No. Hit him in the hand. It's way out in front of him. It's a shitty pass, dude. He's leading. He's throwing him too far in front, too far behind the players. Man, oh man, Stafford. Okay, guess what? When your quarterback starts throwing 2 or 3 or 4 interceptions, it's not on a wide receiver. It's on the guy who's missing passes. It's on the QB.
Cincinnati does not turn the ball over much. They're not a team that beats themselves. Let's give credit to the coach there, right? They're already in field goal range.
For certain, they are. I'm telling you, dude. Stafford, yikes, bad. Yeah. Okay, blow the whistle. Gee, I don't know how the hell you missed that as a referee. Seriously.
He was way behind the play. They can't keep up.
Here's the other thing. They should have the ability to review shit like that. Examples just like that. That is an offensive pass interference that resulted in a touchdown.
Get rid of all instant replay. Get rid of all that.
No, I want a freaking accurate call. What's wrong with wanting good calls? What's wrong with wanting my referees to perform at a top tier freaking level? What's wrong with that?
Okay, but they're not going to be reviewing every single. You could review a penalty on every single play, right?
That offensive pass interference had a direct implication, a direct effect on that touchdown. Direct.
Okay. Direct, if they got beat by 3 touchdowns, it's not going to matter.
I'm sorry.
Cincinnati is a second half team. They played way better in the second. You have to put them away in the first half.
What? They just committed a huge infraction. Is that a second half team for you? What are you talking about?
I mean, aren't you happy for Cincinnati fans?
I don't care. Okay, here's the thing. I'll pull it up on screen for you, Grumpy. This so everybody can see at home. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, Grumpy. Look at this shit.
It should have been a penalty.
Oh my God! Look at this shit. How the fuck is a referee? You're not. Oh man, that's awful. Where's your back judge? Where's the back judge? Is he not looking at this?
He was way down. He was lost.
Holy shit. And I mean, God almighty. Oh, that's awful.
Look at Joe.
Aaron Donald with the sack. There you go. There's Aaron Donald's first sack of the day, Grumpy. And he just got hit. Flag. You've got to throw a flag, ref. What the hell are they doing keeping the flags in the pocket?
Aaron Donald throwing blows. Come on, Cincinnati. Rally to your quarterback, baby.
Honestly, these referees have lost control of the foot. They're about to lose control of the football game, ladies and gents. This is what happens when you don't throw flags on blatant calls. This is what happens. Look at the number 66 after the sack. He punches Aaron Donald in the face. Look at this. Double team on Donald, triple team on Donald, and he still's able to get a sack. Look at that, Grump. That's called excellence, buddy. And that's just a clean hit. Look at 66. It's a clean hit. I don't know what you want. 66 punches him at the end. He should be ejected out of the game. Ejected out of the game. Ejected out of the game. Simple as that. Not allowed to punch players after the play's over, Grump.
There was no punches were thrown.
When you throw a punch like this with your hand and you hit somebody in the face, why is there not a penalty flag?
No harm, no foul.
Why is there not a flag on that? What the hell are the refs doing?
But here's the thing.
What are the refs doing? Serious question. What are they doing?
They want to keep the game, leave it in the players' hands. That's what you
What are the call infractions where infractions are? Simple as that. Simple as that, man.
He's a little short of the first down. Do you go for it here?
I would if I'm
Do you
Cincinnati.
go for it?
I would if I'm
They're going
Cincinnati.
to go for the field goal.
He's going for it. They're going for it.
Oh, they're going for it.
Here's the thing. They should be backed up another 15 yards because that is a post damn play penalty.
I'll tell you what.
Punch in the face is a freaking penalty.
All right. That's all right. Okay, listen to me. That's over. Here's the thing.
Don't worry about it. That's over. Well, it has direct impact on what's happening right now.
Okay. This guy's going for it. Zach Taylor's going for the win. That's what he's doing.
I'll be honest with you. They've gotten a lot of help from the officials today, too.
Oh, please.
What do you mean, please? What do you mean, please? What do you mean, please? Oh.
Go, Joe. First down for Joe.
Honestly,
Burrow.
right there, is he sliding? If I'm that, I'd take. They eject you out of the game.
Now.
They eject you out of the game. And I still would helmet the helmet. I mean, I don't know, man.
Do you have money on the Rams?
I don't have money on the Rams. I've got money against the hideous officials. You get punched in the face after the play's over, and it's not a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Why? Why is that not a penalty? It's a penalty all season long. Why is it not a penalty in the biggest game of the day? Dude, that would have made it 3rd and 26, not 3rd and 11. They go off the field, they take a field goal. And now they're still moving the ball and they have a chance to score a touchdown.
He did not punch him.
When after you get an offensive lineman 66 who hits you in his face with his hand, what do you call that, Grumpy? Is that a hug? What do you consider that? Okay, look.
Both guys. All right. Both guys were hitting each other. Both teams were throwing
who initiated
punches. They were open hand slaps. Both teams were doing it. So if you want to throw flags on both teams, I'm fine with it. They both
who initiates. If a guy's unprovokingly smacked in the face, you expect him just to say, "Oh, okay, I'm just going to get hit in the face like a bitch." What is this?
Matter. Both teams were doing it. It's not the first guy does it, he gets flagged. The second guy can do whatever he wants. That's not the way it works.
I don't know, dude. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. It's horseshit. The calls right now. It's the non-calls. The non-calls right now are horseshit. The NFL obviously wants Joe Burrow to be the next guy. Quite clear, isn't it? Quite clear, isn't it? I'd say so. I don't know how you're letting all this shit go. Not a single call except pre-snap penalty calls.
Okay, let's try to make this enjoyable for the listeners for a change.
I think it's enjoyable for the listeners. They want somebody who. Oh, what do you think, Collinsworth? He's already back to toeing the company line, I'm sure, again.
I don't know. I can't hear what Chris Collinsworth is saying.
I'm sure he is. I don't have to listen to him. I know what he's saying.
You're a little irrational right now.
Lovie Smith used to be a good coach when he was with the Bears. Yeah, they never had the QB either. Yeah, he was horrible at Illinois. Well, yeah, it's funny.
And at Tampa Bay also. Another big third down by Big Dick Joe.
And he sacked again. Oh, you see who that is on the sack, Grumpy? Do you see whose second sack that is? That's Aaron Donald's second sack of the drive.
Okay. The first play was not a sack. It was just a tackle at even. You have to lose yards for it to be counted as a sack.
Hold on. So you're saying that wasn't a sack? Do I need to pull up the stats on you? Do we need to pull up the stats?
He didn't lose yards.
Look at that. A one-on-one situation.
He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Zach. Okay. Why don't you talk some more shit about Aaron Donald? Okay. I'm telling you, the guy's the best D tackle. The guy might be the best D tackle that's ever lived.
For you, with the way the game is going right now, it looks like Aaron Donald will continue playing, which is good news for you.
McPherson right through the uprights,
right down the middle.
Frank K said, "Holy shit, he just face masked Ramsey." Yeah, for certain he did. That was not a penalty. You're allowed to grab the face mask, then grab to get pushed and push to get a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Laughing my freaking ass off. Yeah, that's the issue, right? Oh, I tell you, the inconsistency in missed big play calls like that really do have an impact on the game. Right now, it should be tied. Not a lead there, not a significant lead for Cincinnati. But Grump, the reason he's not having the stats is because they're double teaming. Yeah, I was about to say, and Collinsworth was ripping the rest for the no call. Thank God.
There you go.
The shirt does say Panthers, Pitt Panthers. There's some Pitt Panthers playing in this game. Tyler Boyd for Cincinnati Bengals, and you got Aaron Donald there as well, D tackle. That was offensive pass interference. Stafford has a Lions uniform under his Rams jersey, laughing my ass off.
And I like Matthew Stafford. I just don't think he's a great quarterback. There's nothing wrong with that, but he seems like a really class guy. But he's just not. You're just seeing the Matt Stafford come out in him right now. That's just what you're seeing.
B Bean says, Grumpy, don't believe your eyes, LOL. Yeah, Grumpy likes to do that. He's just trying to go at me. Every single NFL play could have a flag thrown. That's correct. This is Better's paradise. Yeah, I'm sure it is Better's paradise. But here's the thing. Like when it has a direct impact, where I see a egregious penalty, and it results in a touchdown because of the officials' inability to make that's his sole freaking job. Referees, listen to this. I know referees. I know old NFL referees. They get paid per game. I can't remember what it is. It's like every single season. I was about to say it's an enormous amount of money,
$10,000 a
not
game,
including
like
no, way more than $10,000 a game. It's like 20 some odd thousand. So if you ref every single game that year, I can't remember. It's like you're making over $250,000 with the officials. You have a pension plan and you have a litany of other benefits there to you. I know because I've spoken with exes. And you look at that and you say, oh yeah, as you get higher and higher in the Super Bowl, this game right here, they're probably getting paid 60 some odd $1,000 to referee this game, $60,000 for one evening. And I'm seeing you miss calls like that. Yikes. I yell at the players when they do when they do a poor job. I'm going to yell at the refs when they're getting paid $60,000 for a game too. Simple as that.
But just in case people were worried what was happening with Lindsay Lohan, she's doing a Planet Fitness commercial.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say. Alexander says Aaron Donald, Grumple Man, he's one of the best in the business for certain.
Absolutely is. He's probably the best defensive lineman in the game right now.
Tony Cheese saying, TJ getting emotional. Maybe he needs to go pee-pee. TJ, calm down. You raise your blood pressure. And you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I just don't like when they miss calls like that. Come on.
Look at this guy. Look at Mike Brown, Cider Hill Farm. That looks like a freebie cap.
That hat looks awful on his head.
He's old school. I mean, that's like
old schools don't wear hats indoors.
He looks like he's not even nervous. He's like, I got Big Dick Joe on my team.
Oh, stop, Joe. God, I'm telling you. All it's been on two big plays. All of his yards have come on two big plays. One was an offensive pass interference. The other one was a great play by the wideout. Simple as that. B. Bean says, Grumpy, whatever you're drinking in that bottle, please give TJ some. That grape drink.
Actually, I think he was talking about the protein drink.
Oh, Alexander said, I hear you, TJ. It was a mush in the face. Yeah, you're not allowed to hit anybody in the face after the whistle.
But you realize both guys were doing that. I mean,
somebody comes up after you hit. This is called a punch. This is an offensive lineman. When you hit somebody like this in the face, it's called throwing your punch. When you hit with a punch,
okay, Game's back on. Game's back on. Game's back on. Game's back on.
Oh man!
Because Matthew Stafford. Let's see if he can recover from.
Let's see if he can throw another pick. And they're going
pretty disastrous start the second half.
A shitty end to the first half and a shitty start to the second half. Is Matthew Stafford choking? Well, would that not shock you? Would that not shock you, Grump? Warzone saying here, TJ, every Super Bowl this happens. Ref picks and chooses, makes you question Brady's legitimacy. Grumpy.
I don't know. The greatest of all time.
And Matthew Stafford misses Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, he looks a little shook right now.
He looks like shit today. I said it before. Starts with tearing Odell Beckham Jr.'s ACL. Oh man. Jesus. Christopher C said, TJ, for the love of God, can you calm down? Your wife can probably hear you with that anger. I'm sure she hears me.
I agree.
I'm sure she's watching the game. She's having a good time. She's a Cincinnati fan. I think she's not a fan of any NFL team, but she originally has family and she lived up in Cincinnati. She was born in Cincinnati.
If you're impartial, how can you not root for Cincinnati?
How could you not root for the Rams?
Because the Rams have already won before. They're a bought and paid for team. Cincinnati's been one of the worst teams in the league forever.
Nice catch.
Oh, very nice catch. Nice throw and catch there. Nice back shoulder pass right there. That was very nice.
Nice catch by Henderson. Nice catch.
But that's a nice throw. That was designed to throw that back shoulder. Nice job by Stafford and Henderson.
Alexander saying, I don't know why not run a misdirection run to the outside. Ooh, see, that's one of those design pick plays right there. That works out well.
That was actually illegal because it was more than a yard down the field.
Well, here's
if you want to throw a flag for that, you can.
Here's the thing. He backs in with his butt. You're never going to get a call on that. If he went and he blocked with his hands, that's always going to be called. I'm just saying that's one of those pick plays that they set up. Teams always design pick plays like that. That's a design pick play right there.
That's right, and it's illegal as long as it's within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage.
Okay, he doesn't actually. Oh Jesus, they're running here power and tight end unable to get to the guy, and I mean they pick up 2 or 3 yards. What?
I thought one of the Rams was down. He was getting up though.
The tight end, yeah.
See, that's one
Nothing
thing.
Good comes out of LA. Go Cincy, says Orso.
when you don't have a feature back, it's tough for anybody to get in the groove as a running back. Well, we're throwing on this play, that's for certain. 4-man rush.
Matthew Stafford. Does he catch that ball? Cooper Kupp?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. He makes the catch.
I'm going to make. I'm going to double him make somebody else beat you. Make another wide receiver make a play. It's not going to be him.
In case you're wondering, Aaron Donald he's been awarded 2 sacks on today's game.
Okay.
So yeah, doing nothing. He's only got 2 sacks today. Okay. There you go, Grumpy. Cam Akers is the featured back. Yeah, he does not use very much.
Yeah, but he's not playing all the time.
Cooper Kupp, 4 receptions, 53 yards. I'm telling you, Odell Beckham Jr. was, dude, about drops that ball in his hands. 88 does.
Missed tackle. 2 missed tackles there.
So how many Bengals are going to stand there saying, I hope somebody else makes the tackle? I can't tell you. My goodness gracious.
I'm going to tell you something, though. I don't think the Rams are going to be able to stop Cincinnati.
They just did last drive.
Okay,
and they would have stopped in the drive before if it wasn't for the blatant offensive pass interference non-call.
Okay.
Maybe we're going to see a lot of egregious penalties get away with on Cincy because they want Burrow to be the new poster boy. I could see that.
They've got 10 points.
They want Burrow against Mahomes going forward.
They scored 10 points this quarter already. 2 times, 10 points. I'm just saying.
Okay. The second time they didn't have anything going for him, and the first time was a blatant offensive pass interference. I don't know what you want, Grumpy. I'll say it doesn't look like they're gonna score 13. They're gonna win by 13 points. But you just heard Taylor as they moved the ball down the field.
I guarantee you they're not winning by 13
defensive coordinator. We're fine. So did want to mention he just said we're fine. I mean the Rams are moving the ball right now. They're getting a little bit of a groove and a rhythm.
See,
they need to come away with a touchdown. Simple.
Got to punch it in the end zone.
Got to score a touchdown. Can't hit a field goal here. And you know who's not out in the field? Odell Beckham Jr. because he's torn his ACL, Grumpy. That's what happens. Wide receivers cannot play on torn ACLs. Look at that. Oh, my God. The tight end, 86 again, just gets beat across his face by Hubbard. I'm sorry, man. You got to do better than that.
I'm going to ask you a question. For all the hype, the negative hype for Cincinnati's offensive line, which offensive line has played better for the most part?
It's not, okay, the tight end's not the offensive line. I just said, I could tell as soon as it happened, right? Your tight end just got beat across his face, being lazy as shit.
They've not been able to run the ball against a 4-man front, not been able to do it. I'm just asking, with all the negative press the Cincinnati offensive line has been taking, maybe they said, you know what, we're going to try to step up. And maybe Cincinnati's D-line was underrated. Because I think they've controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part today. Oops. That's what happens. Trick plays. You know what that means? What does it mean when you run trick plays?
You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Simple as that. You're in trouble when you're rolling out the trick plays. As I'll say it again.
I don't even think he needed to make a pass there.
Why are they rolling out that play here?
He should have kept running. I thought Kupp should have kept running.
Jesus Christ. He had time, and it's a shitty pass.
He should have kept running.
It doesn't matter. Dude, Stafford got his ass lit up, too.
Ugh. Why didn't you just keep running?
Couldn't tell you. It's designed as soon as you get in your hands, throw. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are they rolling out the trick plays? Christ almighty.
Well, it's 3rd down. Let's see. The field goal is up, and it's good. Back to
here's
4-point.
If you hit that extra point right now, it's a 3-point game. That extra point may come back to haunt them. Remember, as they said, right?
Got
execution on those small moments like that could cost you, right? The extra point, mishap, offensive pass interference that doesn't get called. You look at certain moments that could define games. Those could define games. Odell Beckham Jr. tearing an ACL. Those items all have impact.
Okay, we don't know if he's torn his ACL yet. Okay,
I can tell you he did. Tell you about how the way he went down.
I'm sorry, Dr. TJ. We don't know if that's the case yet. Maybe it is. We don't know, though. I don't hear anyone saying, yes, his ACL has been torn.
They're not going to release that until after the game.
Well, then maybe he doesn't have a torn ACL. Maybe he does. I don't know. Neither do you.
Okay. You said that, again, yeah, you look at both of these teams. They have not really established too much of a run game. I mean, think about this. Cam Akers, 9 rushes, 10 yards. Yeah. And they're still committed to it. Still committed to the run. But 15 attempts for the Los Angeles Rams running the football today, 27 total yards on the ground. It doesn't help where every single time the Rams are running the ball, it's on 1st down. I mean, it's like it's predictable in fashion. So, but B Bean says that was a Steve Spurrier throwback play to the quarterback.
I remember the Patriots tried it in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, and Brady couldn't catch up to the pass either.
Alexander said half of the Cincinnati coaching staff was part of the Dolphins coaching staff from 2014.
Just shows what a good quarterback can do for a coaching staff.
And then BB says, "See, TJ, if the trick play does not work, then they are wrong." LOL. I'm not a big fan of the trick plays. I'm never.
Yeah, think about that, boy. If the trick play didn't work for Cincinnati, that's not a touchdown. If it works for the Rams, they're up like 14 points now. Take away this, take away that, add this, add that. The Rams are up by 50 points.
Yeah, my name's TJ, not Boyd, but thanks so much. Tony Cheese says here, TJ should have his wife on so we can ask her question like what we need. Are you okay? And blink if you need help.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, she's fine.
Beautiful.
She's fine.
Yeah, you're a little unhinged right now.
No, Mott. Here's the thing.
No, you're not. When the listeners are checking on your mental well-being, that's I think, and your denial of the problem shows some a little bit unhingedness there.
I don't know, Grumpy. I just when you watch hideous calls and non-calls that cost teams, you just kind of think to yourself, yikes. Yikes. That's
You can do that in every game though, right? I mean, let's be honest, you can
big
do that
moments. Okay, big moments like that. I don't know, Grump.
But you can do that in every game though, can't
No,
you?
no. We're talking about the Super Bowl, the game, and it directly led to a touchdown.
So are these robot officials or the same guys have been officiating all year? It's been a bad year all around for officiating, right? I think you'd agree with that. There's been a lot of egregious calls all year. Why should it be any different tonight? No ordinary.
These are supposed to be the best of the best officials. These are the officials that are put in because they're supposed to be spectacular at their craft. They're supposed to be the best of the best. No calls tonight. None to set the pre-snap penalty. Okay. I didn't need you to be out here to just spot the football. You could have had 2 refs do that job.
Okay. All right.
Well, you got Cincinnati with the ball back. I mean, the Rams need to definitely get a stop. There's no doubt about that, Grumpy.
Yeah.
Here comes a run. And Aaron Donald with another tackle. Look at that. Aaron Donald slowly just starting to amass tackles.
4 yards down the field. 4 yards down the field. Oh, man, look at Burrow.
I saw that Joe Burrow. Dude, he looks so bad. That suit looks awful. That suit and the hat looks awful.
He looks like a clown. Oh, that must be his family. That must be his girlfriend in the middle, right?
I assume his mom's on the right. But I tell you one thing, that suit looked awful, and the hat. What an awful wardrobe selection. And that's coming from me. But they've got and another sack by Joe Burrow. Well, hell, maybe I'll be okay. Now that's the 4th time the Rams have sacked Joe Burrow. I said at least 7 sacks today. I'm feeling a little more confident, Grumpy. I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Said 7 sacks at the beginning of the game. 4 already now.
And they sent a blitz, which usually they don't do. They're one of the least blitzing teams in the NFL, but they sent a blitzer up the middle, and he's
Mike linebacker blitz. Yeah, again, he's matched up 1-on-1 against the running back, and if your guys don't get open immediately, you're not going to be able to get that ball off. Well, now you're looking at here 3rd and 13.
Yes. Ram guys lined up off sides. Should be a flag on 91.
He short arms it. Jesus Christ, Burrow.
Oh, he dropped it. He's got to
No. That's a short arm pass.
Hit him in the hands, got to catch it.
Hold on.
Hit him in the hands, got to catch it.
Got to reach the guy. Got to reach
it. It didn't bounce at him. Got to catch it.
Watch again, Grub. My God.
Oh, you're watching off your telephone, right?
Yeah,
I'm watching off your phone?
I'm watching off my phone.
Enough said. Thank you. A ball. Here's the thing. Ball hit him in the hands. He didn't bounce it to him. He's got to make that catch. Got to make that catch.
Got to reach him. Stop protecting the guy. Stop protecting the guy who's not playing well. Simple as that.
Right in the hands.
Oh, man. Good
but
gracious.
This one's going to be tight. This one's going right down to the wire.
Here's the thing. Just imagine where they would be if they had Odell Beckham in the game. I keep saying that. But good gracious. Anyway,
it's called overcoming and adapting. If you're not good enough to overcome your number 2 wide receiver getting injured, you're not that good. Let me just put it to you that way. And I'm not saying here's the thing: the Rams could very easily win this game. I don't think this is a fait accompli. Absolutely not.
Hey, you guys ever going to panel it? Panel. It would be fun. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know either. I know nothing. It sounds like a modern term.
Going to panel. I have no idea what that means. TJ at Bad Ref Call Anonymous. I'm TJ, and I yell at my listeners after bad ref calls.
Yeah, dude, you need to just chill out a little bit, I think.
Oh, man. Oh, good gracious. I don't know, Grumpy. Hey, here's the thing. The sacks are coming. Donald's starting to pick it up. That's all I got to say to you, Grumpy.
They're losing.
Well, again, still plenty of time left in that game, Grumpy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, even if the Rams win, is Matt Stafford a Hall of Fame quarterback, though? I mean, he's going to have to look a lot better than he has so far.
To do a panel, I'm not sure even what do you mean by a panel? I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, I mean, right now you've seen a little bit of jockeying back and forth. I tell you, it's going to be one that's going down to the wire. That's for certain, Grump. I don't think we're going to have a blow up by any means necessary. But I mean, this is a drive right here, right? They're down by 4 points. You score a touchdown, you're in pretty good shape. The defense, I know, even though you said that, hey, they come away with 10 points already this half, I think the defense has done a good job for the Rams in the second half. Besides the one play touchdown on the big pass to T. Higgins and getting, the interception there by Matt Stafford, setting him up in field goal range, they haven't really done much in this half regarding offensive production in Cincinnati.
Okay, you could say the same thing about Cincinnati's defense has done a really good job too. Only giving up 3 points here in the second half, and they got an interception, and they had to drive and stop them in field goal range.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the Rams. I said it's going to be a close game. I said if you come away with a touchdown, right? If you're the Rams, your defense is doing a good job battening up the hatches.
It's good. The game's going to open up in the fourth quarter. They always do. That's what the NFL wants. It's interesting here. They're talking about the
Odell Beckham Jr. will not return with a knee injury.
Okay, they're talking about the signings for Cincinnati on the defensive side of the ball the last 2 years in free agency. And these guys are panned out for the most part. I mean, and that's so un-Cincinnati-like, to be honest with you.
Oh, man. Absolutely, Grum.
They signed 8 guys and 7 of them are starters.
You're in good field position. Jesus, man, oh, man. Cincinnati did a good job. They had that sniffed out from the start. You look at that, right? The quarterback boot. And he's got a defender right in his face, and they pass it off to Van Jefferson, and he gets tackled immediately.
The Wilson kid has played really well today. He's made number 55, has done a really nice job for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, made a number of plays today.
Second 11. Who's calling a timeout? And what's going on?
Injured player.
He's off on the sidelines. What?
Well, maybe he didn't get off in time for the play. I don't know.
Fair enough, I guess. Well, they're looking at him. Well, I'm sure getting number 22, who's played extremely well for the Bengals today. Good tackles, hard tackles.
That's it. Probably some cheap shot. Put him out.
Well, I don't even know. We didn't even see who had injured him. We don't even know if he's coming back.
Players get hurt in football all the time.
Sidelines, and he's got the medical attention around him. Maybe he's just
part of
it is part of the game. That is. He's saying, are you guys ever going to drop the link in StreamYard and have us come and talk to you guys on there? We might do that sometime. I'm not opposed to doing something like that sometime, but I don't know, like a platform we'll do it on. We'll just have to make sure we have it planned out ahead of time, but it could get chaotic, I'm sure, if we do that instead of the calls on the phone. I just assume it could get chaotic, but we'll have to have a lot of planning if we do something like that. Matt Stafford is 34. Will he play to 44 like Tom Brady?
No, no way.
Matthew Stafford. Pass off, but he took a hit though.
Yeah,
licking
55. Like I said, that's why Akers, he catches passes. You don't see Sony Michel on those routes. Just don't see it.
Nick D said, "Did you guys see the Sopranos commercial?"
Did not. It was probably when TJ was having a meltdown.
3rd and 7. Ooh,
a big
Stafford
play.
Takes a sack. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Hey, he's just so immobile.
Their offensive line does not look good today.
Their offensive line, you're right, has not looked good. That's correct. Reader with a big sack right there. Look at that. Oh man, look at Sean McVay again. The more talented team, and here they are losing again.
You think they wish they would have signed Brady? Went after Brady a couple of years ago.
With the Rams?
Yep.
Why would the Rams? He didn't want to go play for the Rams, did he?
I think he would have went to the Rams. Remember, nobody wanted him in free agency. They all thought he was finished. That's why he had to go to that suck bag Tampa
Hold
Bay.
on. Did they have the guy on the punt moving while the punt was snapped?
Oh,
nice bounce for the Rams there. They're going to pin him up. On the side of the 20-yard line, since he's 20-yard line.
You know Cincinnati's second half.
They're looking at his Achilles. He was able to walk off, so it's not a torn Achilles. He rolled his ankle a bit, but he had that Achilles landed on there by that offensive tackle as he got sacked.
But I think it's safe to assume that it's going to limit his mobility a little bit. I know
the guy's not mobile to begin with.
He's able to move in the pocket a little bit, but it's going to be a little bit worse.
Oh, look at that! You got is that Christ Almighty? You got a Dr. Evil commercial. Warzone saying here, Grumpy Old Man. What would it take for the Giants to win the Super Bowl next year? Not happening.
I like the coaching hires they've done this all season. I just don't think Daniel Jones is good enough. They should have. I realize they're having 2 picks in the top 10 this year because of the trade with the Bears last year. But wouldn't you, if you're a Giants fan, wouldn't you feel a little bit better if they had Justin Fields as a quarterback instead of Daniel Jones? I'm just concerned that they're just not good enough, I think, in the draft. And we'll talk about this on this very program going forward, because I've been doing a little research already, looking at the Jets and the Giants, because I know we have a lot of Jets and Giants fans who listen to this podcast. I think they have to go offensive line and defensive line with their first 2 picks, 5 and 7. That's why I think it's almost imperative.
Oh, I don't know, bro.
Okay, you're not going to draft a quarterback in the top 10. Not going to happen.
Okay.
You're not going to draft a quarterback in the top 10 this year. Not in the top 7. Not happening.
Kenny Pickett, baby.
He sucks.
I'm telling you,
he sucks.
Always get overdrafted.
He's underwhelming. He has no ceiling.
He's underwhelming and has no ceiling, huh?
His floor is not going to be super low, but his ceiling is not going to be super high.
Coming from a guy who never watched him this season.
No, I watched him. I watched him live, and I was like, I came away unimpressed. And I thought before I saw him live, I thought, oh man, he's really improved. But then I forgot he really sucked before, and he did improve this year.
Second in college football in passing yards. That's not good enough for you.
He played against the ACC teams. They all blow.
Oh, okay, gotcha. When he was playing against the SEC teams like Tennessee and other teams like that, he was blowing then too. When he was throwing for like 400 or 500 yards against those games.
I just don't think.
That's all I need to hear. Gotcha.
I just don't think he's certainly not a top 10 talent.
Quarterbacks always get overdrafted. Simple as that. Right here. That's what I said. A guy landed on his boop. Oh, it was a D tackle. I knew somebody landed on him. I'm shocked he didn't. He's lucky he didn't snap anything or pop anything down there.
He went right down to the ankle too.
I'll check it out afterwards, Alexander. We need to have a talking stick for StreamYard if that's the case. Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, he's done today. Man, it sucks. Frank K said San Francisco passed on Brady.
Yeah, I mean,
I could see San Francisco being upset.
I mean, the Rams too. If you're loaded and all you need is a quarterback, Jared Goff was your quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
Brady was a free agent 2 years ago. He could have went anywhere. Rams weren't even interested. San Francisco passed because they thought Jimmy Garoppolo was the guy. Yeah, okay. How'd that work out for you? I mean, I'm sorry. It's a mistake for all of you.
And here's the 5th sack on Joe Burrow. Well, Grumpy, my bold prediction of 7+ sacks looks like it may just be a reality.
Yeah, well, they're starting to bring
now 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third.
What are the Rams starting to do now? Starting to bring pressure. Starting to send a little blitz action coming in here.
I don't know what, Grumpy. This is a 4-man blitz. I don't know, Grump. That's just a normal plain Jane 4-man blitz.
I didn't see that guy pull out. I thought the guy on the left-hand side also ran.
I'm telling you, man. That Cincinnati O-line's not good. It's only a matter of time before they're going to start hemorrhaging sacks like they have so far. I mean, they've given up 4 sacks here in the second half. And here's another one. Correction. Now 5 sacks. Now there's 6 sacks on the day for that Rams defensive line. I'm telling you, 7+ sacks going to look like it's a good prediction. I don't know what the over-under was in
I'm just going to say one thing. He was sacked 9 times against Tennessee and won the game.
Okay.
He's been sacked on what?
They're down by 4.
So and now he's been sacked on 4 straight plays, right?
You're seeing a lot more twists. You're seeing, instead of just guys staying and saying, hey, blitz straight ahead, you're seeing more defense. You're seeing double twists on both sides. You're seeing more defense. What? Oh
my God. So he's been sacked on 4 straight plays, right?
I don't. Maybe, sure. It's 3rd and 22, and they're in an empty backfield. Why? Why empty backfield? I mean, they pick up yards, but I would just be worried that he might take another one. But they're going to be punting the ball here. You got now 2 straight 3 and outs here for that Cincinnati offense.
Okay, but the Rams are not doing anything offensively.
I was about to say, that's correct. They have not been able to run the football. Matthew Stafford has not looked good today. Simple as that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, it's a team game. I mean, I like I said, they struggled that series with the pass protection, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Matter of fact, the last Tuesday, he was sacked on 4 straight plays.
The whole second half.
He was sacked on 4 straight plays.
Yeah. Well, here it is. They're going to be in great field position, the Rams. Holy shit, what a hit. My God, look at that hit. That's a huge hit by Cincinnati.
I'm gonna tell you what, though. That's 2 crappy punts by that punter in a row.
Yeah, he's got to do better than that. I mean, that was
the
a
last
30-yard
time he had
kick,
a 30-yard
35-yard kick.
That was like a 32 or 33-yard kick. The previous one was 30 yards.
You got to do better than that.
So, yeah, you got to do way better than that. I don't care. Launch it, bury it, kick it. I don't care if you kick it, if you outkick your coverage. You cannot have 30-yard kicks when you're inside your 20. Cannot have that. Sorry.
Alexander says, I just sent you a video how the Dolphins panels do their chat. Gotcha. I'll have to look into it. And then I'll look into it after this one. Drew L says here, yo, what's up, guys? They're going to tune back in the Super Bowl again. I'll see you guys next stream. Sounds good. And here's a run. They pick up a few yards. Look at Akers picking up a few. Haven't really been able to do anything on the ground game yet today. And yikes. Los Angeles, I'm telling you, that offense has struggled mightily in the second half, and it's a good job by that Cincinnati defense. Their defensive line has done a good job of getting pressure.
Can you tell me what? Can you tell me how much time you have on the clock right now?
2019, 18, 17. Where are you?
Keep counting it down.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
Okay, we're good.
7. What, did you get far ahead of me or something?
I actually, my thing stopped, so I had to go. And they're going, why would you not try to run a play there?
I'm telling you, I don't like this. Jesus Christ, McVay. You talk about the killer instinct. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Going to the fourth quarter.
Have it. Was that?
Going to the fourth quarter, it's a 4-point game.
It's a close one. I'll tell you one thing. There won't be a win by 13 or more points like I thought. Rams.
I knew the game would be close. I mean, I don't know who was going to win. I picked Cincinnati just because of the quarterback, honestly. I just think he's more clutch than Matt Stafford. And I think we've seen Matt Stafford today. So, and we haven't seen Burrow make a big mistake yet. Just hasn't done it. That's really big.
Yeah, I mean, limiting mistakes is hugely important in the Super Bowl. Unbelievably important in the Super Bowl. Christopher C. said, that's what the Islanders need. Trick plays. The other teams won't know what hit them. Not even the Carolina or the Rangers. Right, boys?
All I have to say is you can't teach old dogs new tricks.
Islanders can run the flying V. There it is. Tony Cheese also saying running backs get underdrafted. Right, boys? Jesus.
And they should get underdrafted.
Yeah, they should.
Their careers are so short. For the most part, 4 years, 3 years, whatever it is.
If you're really good, generational talent, what you said, 7 or 8 years of really good production?
Right.
7 maybe years, and that gets you to like 28, 29?
But the whole thing is, here's the thing with running backs. They're getting hammered every single time they touch the ball.
Correct, yeah.
It's really, really tough. And you've seen that change, right? It's not a running game anymore. It's predominantly a passing game now. So running backs have become less important in team schemes, right? What type of running backs are great? Guys like Larry Zonka, it wouldn't be any good anymore. They just, plotters up the middle. It's the guys who catch the balls out of the backfield, multi-dimensional backs. Those are the guys who are really successful now.
All purpose for certain.
Joe Mixon's,
DeAndre Swift is also selected after Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he fits exactly that style for Kansas City.
But so does Clyde Edwards-Helaire, okay? If you get him the ball on the outside, he always makes the first guy miss. He's real good at that. He just hasn't had a whole lot of touches. They are a throw the ball down the field team. They picked a running back because it was the one position they didn't have at all, but they don't use them properly. That's just the way the Kansas City offense is run.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough there. Here's the thing. He's not as good as a back as DeAndre Swift. He's not as good as a back as Jonathan Taylor. He's not as good as a back as a lot of guys who went after him. They picked the wrong running back. He's
certainly not as good as Jonathan Taylor. But here's the thing. Why did Jonathan Taylor fall to the second round of the draft last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was? Because he hadn't shown in Wisconsin he could catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yep, that was a lot with the concerns.
People didn't realize he could do that because he was supposed to be a top 10 pick, but he dropped because they never threw him the ball. So we just don't want a guy to run between the tackles. They found out he could catch the ball in the pros, and the rest is history.
Tom Brady might buy the Dolphins. And wow, I thought the Dolphins' offensive line was bad. Jesus, my gosh, Cincinnati's bad.
Another run on first
I'm
down.
telling you, in that second down,
Second down.
and
I'm
5,
sorry, though. It's like,
I'm telling you. Remember what I said? Sean McVay calls the offensive play. He's the offensive play caller, and yikes, man.
no, Kevin O'Donnell is the offensive play caller, I believe.
Okay, I got to look that up. He's looking at the plays and he's calling it. I see Sean McVay looking at the sheet every time and calling it.
What does the OC do then?
It's
is that another
there.
non-play calling OC another non-playing offensive coordinator got a job this offseason? You got McDaniel and O'Connell. Neither one of them call plays, and somehow they get head coaching gigs. I don't get that. It's a big player idea for the Rams. Who are they going to be looking at here?
17. Well, they can't look Total Beckham. Probably going to look to Cooper Kupp.
Oh, he's got to catch that ball.
Hold on.
Jefferson's got to catch that ball.
I just love it, man. There's been no infractions committed at all this game.
There's no penalty there. He just dropped the ball.
I'm saying he's competing with him. He's damn hand fighting the whole way down. He's dragging on him. I'm just saying those are calls sometimes in the regular season.
Okay, can I just tell you something again? He's not dragging on him.
Hold on. Watch again. Eli Apple ties up the arm. He's holding on to the arm. He's holding on to Van Jefferson's one arm.
Okay.
That's pass interference.
You're the same guy who got all over me when I said Kansas City was doing that, because that's how Kansas City plays, is holding guys all the way down the field.
All I'm saying is they have not called any of that tonight, and I wish they would just be.
But they haven't called it on either team, the hand checking, right?
Okay. Jesus Christ. So in that situation, when Jalen Ramsey got his ass burned because they goes ahead and flips hips, I guess he should have really drug on him there and there would have been no issue. Wow. And then that call right there. I mean, like, you obviously have seen they're not calling shit. I don't like when they don't call anything. Right? I like there to be a healthy balance. I'm not saying whistle the shit out of everything, but no calls during plays at all today.
You know what? T. Higgins has 2 touchdowns today.
Fair enough. No, he doesn't. He's only got the one. Right?
Who caught the first one? He had 2 touchdowns. He caught the one from Mixon and he caught the one from Burrow. He's got 2 touchdowns today.
Hold on. They've got, was that
Mixon to Higgins?
Yeah, it was to Higgins. I apologize. You're right. I was trying to remember who it was. I knew he was a bigger wideout. I couldn't remember who it was.
Van Jefferson.
Oh my God, another missed call. That's an armbar. Yeah, that's what he said. You see Van Jefferson. His arm's getting held by Eli Apple as he's running by.
They're not going to call hand checking in this game. They're not going to call hand checking in this game. They're not going to call
penalties. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because that's what people want. People want to see a game that should be over 3 hours, run 4.5.
No, they want to see at least one penalty. Here's another sack impending. No. He gets the ball out. Well, good for him. He finally makes a completed pass. He finally gets out of the pocket. There it is. First completed pass there in a while. Tony Chi saying Tom Brady's wife would be the one buying the Dolphins.
They're both loaded. They don't have enough money to buy a team. They're only worth like $1 billion. That's not enough.
Yeah. Well, NFL's. Yeah. About to say.
You gotta have. If you want to buy an NFL team, you got to be loaded.
For certain.
But
they only have $1 billion?
Yeah. They only have $1 billion.
I'm just saying, with how much money he's made through his playing career and through endorsements and how much his wife makes, only a bit. Okay. I don't believe that.
He didn't start doing endorsements till like the last 5 or 6
years. He's got his own media. He's got his own clothing apparel. That type of stuff makes good money.
You realize that's this year he put out the clothing line. He just started TB12 like 4 or 5 years ago. He never did commercials. Peyton Manning did all commercials. Brady never did. Nice fill in the gap there. I think that's Brockers, isn't it? He's even with them anymore. I don't even know. 94.
2nd and 9. O'Connell is new head coach of the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't get that. If he doesn't call plays, I have the same questions that I had with for McDaniel going to the Dolphins. If you're not calling plays, what qualifies you as a head coach?
McVay is a play caller.
Okay.
Yep. There it is.
And how does O'Connell get a job?
That's what I say when I say he's maybe he's just trying to do too much. Maybe he needs to take a step back and say, I'm just managing the team. I'm not going to worry about calling the plays. But I mean, anytime you see the offense sputtering, right? You can point fingers at McDaniel does call plays.
Do you think anybody in LeBron James's box cares about this game?
No, they're just there. It's a social event. Here's another sack. There we go. There's a 7th sack. The 7th sack by that Rams defense.
There's a flag. Who was it on?
Should be holding, no?
It was a late flag. Uh-oh.
He's fine.
Oh, he
He's
don't
fine.
look fine.
He's fine.
Really? He's not even getting up.
He's fine.
Uh-oh.
What's going to be the call here? What are these zebras going to call over here? Let's see. They've not called a single penalty. He's fine. They haven't called a single penalty all game yet during action. What's going to be the call? Defensive hands to the face? Okay.
75.
Doesn't even matter though.
He got yelled at.
What? Oh, Prince. Jesus Christ.
He's a dumbass. He's not
unnecessary
he's not
roughness. Let's see. I couldn't say.
He can't block anybody. Prince can't block anyone.
I don't see any penalty yet committed. So.
Okay. The Ram guy hit him. See, the Ram guy shoved him. He hit him back, and he got the penalty. So there you go. You got your the guy who did it right in front of the ref doesn't get called, but it does get called on the retaliation.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm just saying
That's not serious. Why is that the first call we've seen today? That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty.
But they called it, so you can't be a crybaby. It happens.
Hold on.
Let's see how this
crybaby.
All right. Finally, he kicks the ball down the field.
That's a good punt. That's the best punt he's had today.
That's the best punt that he's had, like in the second half. But again, look at this game. I mean, defensive struggle here.
His knee is what he was grabbing at.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Ooh. You hope he didn't twist up his knee or anything. I didn't. Oh,
I don't know which knee he. I don't want to see. I don't know which knee he tore those ligaments in. But I don't know. But this guy is pulling Scarlett Johansson in this commercial. That's pretty good.
He had left knee. So this is different knee. That was his right knee, I think.
Okay.
He had his ACL and MCL repaired on his left knee. I don't like to see any injuries on any of these players like that. Hate to see that. Yeah. Did Grumpy call TJ? Yes, because he complained that I said that a blatant offensive pass interference call should have been called. That is me being a crybaby.
No, I said you were being a crybaby because you were going on and on and on about the penalty that should have been called on both teams because they were both throwing punches, slaps at one another earlier. And here, the Ram guy slapped him right in the head first. Then
no, he didn't hit him in the head. He hit him in the chest. There's a difference.
Okay.
There's a difference between punching
but you realize
hitting someone in the face.
You realize that's the same thing that started the other penalty. Also, was a slap to the chest, and it escalated. But here's the thing: the guy slaps him back in the head. I got no problem. It's a penalty. It just is what it is, and they always call the guy who retaliates.
You're being ridiculous. Call me crybaby. You're the king of crying. That's the same knee Alexander said. Now I thought he was on the left. I thought it was his left, is what I said. I thought that was his right knee. I don't know. I got to look at that closer, but I hope he's not re-injured his knee. You don't want to see that. Yikes. Isaiah Prince, former Dolphins 7th round pick.
He sucks. He's terrible. Every game I've seen him in, it doesn't look like he blocks anyone. They really need to upgrade that line. If you want to maximize the young talent you have, while Joe Burrow is on a rookie deal, you need to improve your offensive line. I double dip.
First, second, third, fourth, fifth round pick. Every single pick's offensive line for the most part.
I'm going free agency route as well.
Oh, I would too.
I'm looking for your free agency tackle. Number one.
A guy who's maybe towards the tail end, maybe get him on a year or 2 years. If I don't know. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm all in for going for them, drafting one, getting 1 or 2 in free agency. That's how you improve your team. You got to make smart. I mean, the last couple of years, they couldn't stop anybody defensively. They added a bunch of guys. All of a sudden, their defense it's acceptable now, right?
What do you think if this could be the first Super Bowl if both quarterbacks were knocked out of the game? I mean, I know Stafford's back in there, but imagine if Burrow's unable to return and something happens to Stafford. That'd be a crazy one. That
would mean that the game would end 2016. He looks like he's hurting. He looks like he's hurting.
I want to see his knee again, which knee he was holding. It's his left knee. They're working on his right knee, I think. So it was a different one. But, I don't like to see any quarterback getting banged up like that. I don't like to see any player get banged up.
Can Matt Stafford lead the comeback?
They've been getting really good field position, but hideous offensive play calling, run, pass. I mean, it's not going to do it for you when you're down by 4. You're ahead of me by a good bit, Grumpy.
How much? What's the clock?
He just went out of bounds, Van Jefferson. And now he's talking shit, man. I don't get it, dude. Don't give him any chance or reason to throw a flag. I got 11 minutes and 21 seconds. Now they're just showing Joe Burrow again on the sidelines.
Okay.
But when I heard you going, ooh, yeah, here it is. Most times sacked Super Bowl 7. Guess what, Grumpy? I still think it's going to be more. More to come. What a bold prediction, Grumpy.
Could be. I'll tell you what, that was a bolder prediction. Very good. What's the time on the clock now?
11:03, 02.
Okay.
Here's a run, guaranteed. Sure enough. And here it is, loss of yards. Have we not learned, McVay? This is what I mean. McVay cannot get out of his own way.
I realize they want to keep him honest, but I don't know. It's not working right now. Sony Michel. Sony Michel's in the game. You know it's a run. You know it's a run when he's in the game. You know it is.
Well, they have too many guys in the box. You can't block them. And you have Cooper Kupp. You've got Cooper Kupp. What, Grumpy?
When Sony Michel's in the game, it's a run. Period. Well, that's what he is. He's a one-trick pony. He's a runner. Period.
18 rushing attempts, 29 rushing yards. And we're still running the football. Maybe that's not working for you, Sean McVay, you idiot.
Oh.
And he overthrows. He overthrows an open wideout.
What's this guy? Scow, whatever his name is.
This, again, here it is. You're in a situation where you're on 3rd and 2, and you run the ball and you lose 2 yards. Stop running the football, Sean McVay. How fucking dumb can you be?
I'll tell you what.
How dumb can you be?
I'm going to tell you what. If Cincinnati scores a touchdown on this drive,
game's over for certain. Yes, absolutely. McVay cannot get out of his own way. I've said before, he is the greatest hindrance that team has is their head coach. Said it before, and I'll say it again.
They don't have a quarterback, a winner as a quarterback. That's their biggest problem. What is this guy doing?
Oh, wow. Nice.
But I'll tell you what.
Corner.
I'll tell you what. The Rams they've had the field position advantage the whole second half.
The offensive play calling has been hideous. Why, as you are, again, 18 rushes at 29 total rushing yards, you're still running the football. Every drive, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It's not a mystery why you're having to punt the ball and going 3 and out when you're running the football. You're averaging less than you're averaging less than 2 yards a carry. Why?
Yeah, I'm just not a big believer in.
I know Stafford hasn't played well, but dude, the run game
has not looked good. Stafford has not looked good today.
For certain.
I'm sorry. He's just
for certain.
Even if they win,
he's not.
I think this puts an end to the Matt Stafford as a Hall of Famer conversation.
I don't know. They're still going to say he should based off of the regular season performances he's had. B Bean says, I'm sorry, that's an old one. Alexander said Sony Michel should not run outside. And I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom here before we get back to action.
There's a shock.
Hey, man, it wouldn't be a Super Bowl podcast or a Super Bowl coverage without one, bro.
Wouldn't be any podcast without TJ going to the bathroom during the show. And the funny thing is, he beat me to the punch because I said, you know what, I have to go and do that. I see we have a comment from B Bean. What is the definition of insanity? Well, what that definition is keeping on repeating something that's not working and expecting it to change. And that's certainly been the case tonight with the Rams and their running game. It kind of is what it is. I mean, but think about it. The game's turned into a defensive struggle. Do you think if the quarterback play was better on either side, this game would be really close? I don't. And it kind of just makes me miss the greatest of all time. You know, if Brady was quarterback, and this game would be over for either side because he makes all the throws. Do we have many quarterbacks in the league who do that on a consistent basis right now? I don't think so. I mean, we've been spoiled for years and years, and now, we have what we have. And I think Burrow is going to turn out to be a good quarterback, but I don't think he's there yet. But it does seem like he's got the clutch gene. I think just today, once again, shows that Matt Stafford does not have it.
Yeah, not played well. He's been off on the timing of routes. He's been behind. He's been too far in front, been overthrowing wide open receivers. Can't be doing that in big games if you want to win, especially when you got 2 picks like that. B Bean says, what's the definition of insanity?
I already talked about that one.
Gotcha. And Cam Akers and Henderson, yes, but not Sony Michel. Putting you on the spot, Grumpy. Who will be the Super Bowl winner next year?
Buffalo. I'm picking Buffalo.
You're a big fan of Buffalo, though. You thought
I think Buffalo is ready to win.
Here's Cincinnati run game. You're about to see that. You're about to
Oh,
run the
right up the
football.
middle.
I was about to say pick up about a good solid 10+ yards.
Run right at him.
Cincinnati
Run right at him.
football. You're about
Run
to see
right
that.
at them. You want to know how you stop a pass rush? You run right at them.
Again, I'll make a quick statement. I think you're about to see Cincinnati go run the football over and over and over again. I mean, look how many think about how many they had. How many tight ends?
Right through Aaron Donald. Right through Aaron Donald.
Hold on. What are you talking about, Grumpy? That's not right through Aaron Donald.
Hey, look,
hold on.
Right after I bash the shit out of Prince, he puts a hat on Aaron Donald. Go figure.
Okay, Grump.
That's a big play for them, though. Get them out of the hole a little bit.
Here's the thing. They're not going to get any running yards like this with a formation like this. And a halfback there draw. Okay, fair enough. I think they want to avoid passing the football. The offensive line has been so hideous, pass protecting as of the last few drives, geared towards they're going to be running the football. Rams defensive coordinator, they will be running the football first, second, and third down going forward. Prepare for that. Quite obvious. They're not going to be passing the football anymore. If they can avoid it, they will. I tell you. Rams have to have a stop here. If they don't get a stop, the game's over. I do feel safe on that one.
Oh, see, that play call doesn't work for me. That play call does not work for me.
They will be running the ball on first, second, and third down. They're running the ball this down too because they have not protected Joe Burrow. And they say, how many times have they been sacked on his last 10 dropbacks? What, 5 times, 6 times?
Yeah, 5 times.
I was about to say they can't continue to throw the football. Same thing. What's insanity? Continue to do the same thing when it's not working.
That's why in a guaranteed run situation, you come out throwing the ball. See, that's what you do. They're like, okay. I mean, look at their personnel. 5 DBs. First down.
Ooh, there it is. They just picked up the
first. Oh, is that who's 25? I don't think we've seen much of P. Ryan in this game after that opening series.
Well, they haven't really used the running backs. I mean, that's Chris Evans.
Okay.
Ugh, Whitworth, man, he's showing age today. He's a shell.
He's 40. He's 40.
Yeah, I was about to say he's a shell of what he used to be. Oh my God, how do you let the running back go out to the flats unimpeded? And here it is, right? They're going to be run mode. Here's another run. Stack guys in the box. Tell them beat us passing the football. And there's a good stop.
Yep.
Well, there it is now. Second and 12, second and 13. Pressure by that Rams defense in Joe Burrow's face. But they're leaving a lot more in to protect. That's for certain.
Yeah. I tell you.
Stafford's been awful today.
Touchdown, the game's over, though. Just look at how they're running clock.
Yep. Touchdown. Okay. Even field goal, I'm arguing maybe this is too.
No. Field goal, they still come back and tie it up. They go down 2 scores.
I'm just saying if they hit a field goal, they're going to drain another 4 or 5 minutes off the clock. That's what I mean by game's over.
See, this is where you know that it's okay. They did it.
I'm telling you, they're running the football first, second, and third down if they can. I know that was a pass on that last play. They're putting max protecting and they're running the ball any which way they can.
They're ready all their passes are quick little dump offs because they don't trust the line.
Yep, they can't. They can't. They get up 7 sacks. Simple as that. They've given up way too many sacks. I mean, Burrow's been hit how many times?
Anytime that they blitz, they get to him every single time. I don't know why you just don't bring the house every play. And there's Jones, who's had a pretty good game today. Little injury there.
Yeah. Jones goes down there.
3rd and 9. This is a big third down right here. Huge third down.
For certain it is. For certain it is.
Is Matt Stafford. I want another chance for the 4th time in a row.
He sucks. My God, he's been awful today. There's no other way around it. All right. And some quarterbacks don't play well in the big game. He hasn't played well today. Simple as that. Yeah, man. Yikes. And this Rams team is
empty backfield.
Yikes. I don't get this. Oh, yikes. Cincinnati must have a death wish.
Oh, he dropped Tyler Boyd right in his freaking hands. Didn't want to take a hit. Afraid to take a hit. Now they got a punt.
Yep. He wasn't getting the first down anyway.
Hey, you know what? He was too afraid to take the hit. Yeah. Oh, alligator arms. Absolutely. He cost them right there. Typical.
He wasn't. Guess what? He wasn't getting the first down anyway. He wasn't getting the first down anyway.
Big in the clutch.
Okay. He wasn't getting the first anyway, but you can't drop that football. Can't drop that ball.
Ugh.
Not sure he's getting the first down, but you can't drop that football.
You got to catch that ball.
That's when you can't drop.
I'm going to tell you something else, though. Rams better score on this drive.
Yep. If the Rams don't score on this drive, they're done. I don't think. Here's the thing. What has Stafford shown in the second half? 3 points.
Nothing.
3 points. And it was one drive. I mean, he's been yikes. He's been missing wide receivers. Do not run the football, Sean McVay. I'll say it again. Do not run the football. Pass. For 5 pass plays, you should have. If you're going on 6 plays, how many runs, how many passes? 5 pass plays to 1 rush. Do not run the football. Take it out of the equation right now. You've been passing the football. Put it in Matt Stafford's hand. The run of 1.5 yards every down is not going to win you this game. Simple as that.
Do you remember the commercials where they showed Captain Marvel, whatever her name is, Brie Larson, driving a truck? And I saw one today with Tommy Lee Jones driving a truck. If you are going to buy a truck, who would you trust?
I'm not a truck guy.
That wooden plank of an actress, Brie Larson, or Tommy Lee Jones? I'm going with Tommy Lee Jones.
I don't even know who either of those actors or actresses
You
are.
never heard of Tommy Lee Jones?
No.
Oh, my God. It just gets worse and worse and worse.
Nick O is saying, you didn't have enough time to wash your hands.
Nick O, man, he's smart as shit.
B. Bean says, Nick O called you out, TJ. Did you wash your hands? Why is this even a problem? I washed my hands. Went, psst. I didn't do a full 2-minute wash or anything like that. Yeah. I have the soap. Grumpy, believe it or not, I've got the soap where it comes out as foam. So you go, whoosh,
whoop, you still got to rub it. You still got to rub it on your hands. You just don't shoot it down the sink.
No, I put it on my hands and I just covered my hands with soap and I put the water back under the water. Whoop, and they're good to go. Christopher C said the Rams are like the Islanders right now. And that was his first drop all season. I wouldn't have doubted it. He's usually been very sure-handed.
Yeah, except in the big moments.
Yeah. Just make sure you flip the mic back towards your face there after that cough, Grumpy. You can flip the mic on your sweatshirt closer to your face.
Okay.
Thank you. Better. Thank you. Alexander says, Raheem Morris has done a great job. I don't know why he was never interviewed for any head coaching jobs.
He's already been a failed head coach. He coached Tampa years ago.
Fair enough.
I think he got some interviews. But, some guys are better coordinators than head guys. Head guys need to be leaders. And I don't know if Raheem Morris is or not. But, like I could name 1,000 offensive coordinators or defense. Norv Turner, great offensive coordinator, not a head coach. I tell you what, Russell Wilson is always sitting with Roger Goodell. Seems like every Super Bowl. Well, because Russell doesn't make the Super Bowl. But it seems like he's always sitting with Goodell. Maybe he's a future commissioner in waiting.
Goodell's looking like he's getting a little old now.
He's been taking a lot of slings and arrows this offseason.
Yeah, for certain. Oh, man. Down by 4. Can Matt Stafford? Here's the thing. If Matt Stafford leads them down, they score a touchdown, they win. He's first. He's going to make the Hall of Fame, no doubt in my mind.
Oh.
It's funny how things get remembered. He could play shitty all game today, and he's not played well. But if he drives down the field, scores a touchdown, the Rams stop him, and the Rams win the Super Bowl, he will win the Super Bowl MVP, and he will make it into the Hall of Fame. It's funny how that stuff goes down, right? If you don't make it, you don't win a Super Bowl. I think he still is, on the fringe of being a Hall of Fame caliber guy, but it just gets remembered differently.
3rd and 1, incomplete pass.
I'd still running the football. I'm still throwing the football. I'm sorry. Do not run the ball. I'm going for it on 4th down too.
Why are they showing this 86 kid?
Because he's been playing hideously today. I don't know. Unless he's out injured now. I don't know. He's played awful. I'm looking at the blocks he's done today. He's been awful. But they're showing him. And Higbee's out, so this is like your third or, your second and third tight end option. TJ's phone's covered with urine and fecal matter.
Ouch.
No, it's not Tony Cheese, but that's fine. This is a make or break it drive for Stafford. I couldn't agree more. And here it is. They're going to probably run the ball right in the line of scrimmage, come up with no yards.
He didn't make it. He did not make it. He didn't make it.
Again, what's the definition of insanity?
Do you punt or you go for it? Here's the thing.
Go for it. But that's why
you go for it and don't make it, you lose.
If you don't make it, if you don't get it, dude, Sean McVay's been hideous on play calling today. He's been hideous today on play calling. I don't know what else to say. And here it is. Oh,
your offensive line cannot make a block to gain you
that's a bad spot. That's a bad spot. He should be about an inch away. That's a bad spot. That's a bad spot.
This is a big
QB sneak. QB sneak. Where's the QB sneak? They're not getting the first down.
You're throwing the ball here? You're throwing the ball?
Jesus Christ, no.
To Cup, first down.
Jesus.
Cooper,
okay. Put the ball in the best hands athlete.
That's right. That's what you should be doing all game.
Best hands athlete. Yeah.
He had to make a move behind the line of scrimmage.
I was about to say, in order to get that first down, they have not done a good job blocking. Do not run the football anymore today, McVay. If you can avoid it, just pass, please.
4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is a do it or die drive. Jesus Christ. Yikes. I think this Rams team doesn't have a chance in hell. The quarterback play hasn't been there today. It's as simple as that.
For either team, really. I don't think either quarterback has showed out today.
Oh, man.
I mean, Burrow's got guts, and he can make some plays, but he hasn't been spectacular. Stafford's just been bad.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if this game went to overtime?
Odell
Jr. going out hurt this team an immense amount. It really did.
It was obvious he was a big part of the game plan.
Yep. Cup. He's played really well. Played really well today.
You know he's going to Cup. If you're Cincinnati, why are you not? I'm putting 2 guys on Cup. Make Van Jefferson beat me. He hasn't been able to catch the ball at all today.
3rd and 1. Do you think we're going to see another run by Sean McVay, run it right into the line of scrimmage again?
No.
Or 3rd and 2.
They're throwing here. They're throwing here. And guess what? It's going to go to Cooper Cup.
I would.
That's where I'm going.
Why are you sitting
what coverage was that?
You're giving him a cushion like that. It's 3rd and 2. Why are you giving that much cushion?
End.
Are you going to let them walk down? You're giving them 5 yards of cushion when they need 2 yards. What's up with that?
Quarterback on a tight end. Are you really afraid of the tight end running by you on a fly pattern? You get up in his face.
Yikes.
That's bad defensive coordinating right there.
3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Empty backfield. Matt Stafford slings it out to the sidelines here. Akers picks up about 4. Wow. They didn't let him fight for those. He was still picking up yards, and they blow it early.
What if he gets stripped when he's obviously stopped? What if you get stripped? They eased off as soon as
they say the intention to blow the whistle, right? That's when it stops. That's how they have the little wiggle room.
But they blew the whistle, then they eased up on him.
They're seeing.
Look at this.
I said, look at this. I said, it's funny. It's funny how a mistake. I said that when it happened, could this mistake cost them later on? Good gracious. The offensive line's done a better job of holding up in front of. Oh, that's a good pass by Stafford.
Again.
Pass by Stafford right there.
You cannot. I don't care. I put 3 guys on Cooper Cup. Make somebody else beat you.
Oh, now we're seeing. There we go. Matt Stafford's wife again. High fives. Yeah, we're going down the field. I don't want to see that shit.
We haven't seen much of her since the first quarter.
I was about to say the first 2 touchdowns we saw. We didn't see it on any of the interceptions. Yeah, I was about to say that missed extra point, Alexander, is huge.
I'm putting 2 guys on Cooper Cup. I'm jamming him at the line. I'm doing whatever I got to do. There's no way I'm letting him beat me. Again, Cooper Cup. I'm sorry. You're not doing a good enough job as a coordinator. I'd let somebody else beat me. Don't let the best player on the team.
That missed extra point could cost them this game. And it's funny how I said when it happened, I said, this may cost them the game later on down the road.
I think they're going to score here. If they score here, they win the game. I don't have any faith in Cincinnati coming back.
And the Rams will get that extra sack they need for more than the 7 sack prediction I had. So that all works out well.
Very true.
Hopefully it could be Aaron Donald, another sack on top. And here's a run. Cam Akers picks him up for the first down, but he's moving.
My gosh.
He's moving.
Tackling.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got to fight harder there, Cincinnati. But look at the second effort that Cam Akers had. That was all Cam Akers on that run. Cam Akers.
Here's the thing. If you're Cincinnati, it's four plays to the Super Bowl. 4 plays to the Super Bowl. I know they still have the Rams still have 3 timeouts, but you got to stop them. You cannot let them score a touchdown here. You're not going to win.
First, was it the 2-minute warning? 2-minute warning just hit? Wow, guys, can we have asked for a better Super Bowl than this right now?
I'm going to be right back, TJ. I'm going to pull a TJ.
God, I know Grumpy. It's anytime. Go ahead, Grumpy. Anytime the moment gets big and exciting like that, I know Grumpy's got to relieve himself right here. But man, what could you ask for? You couldn't ask for a better Super Bowl than this. It's going right down to the wire. Oh, what a fantastic game. You could say maybe there's been some poor play calling on the side of the Rams, Sean McVay. You could say that since the offensive line has not done a good job protecting Joe Burrow. But man, it's coming right down to the wire. And as a neutral spectator, you can't ask for anything more than that. Christopher C said, TJ, care to take back what you said? I'm not sure what I'm taking back. Are the Rams going to win by 13 plus points? No. I did say on this drive, I said I just don't think the Rams have it. I mean, Stafford's done a good job. He's completed passes that he hasn't been completing earlier on today. He's been finding Cooper Kupp. As you get closer and closer to the end zone, though, things starting to tighten up, and you don't have your touchdown receiving threats like you've had earlier on, right? Odell Beckham Jr. was a guy who's been hauling in touchdown receptions game after game when it gets close like this to the end zone. You don't have him right now. You don't have your Tyler Higbees, who's been a real good sure-handed touchdown machine, or ATM, automatic touchdown machine, as Lee Corso used to say. You don't have him in this red zone and in this goal line stand, and you have not been able to run the ball. I think this is far from a sure thing. I know they're knocking on the doorstep, but yikes. That's all I've got to say. If I'm a Rams fan, I'm still sitting nervously, even though they've moved the ball well this drive. That's all I'm going to say on that. But man, oh man. Oh, grumpy old man. Could we have asked for anything? Could we have asked for anything better than what we're seeing today? Oh, about the Rams losing. Yeah, I still think it's, again, I was saying before you missed it, Grump. They're without Odell Beckham Jr., who's a big wide receiving touchdown threat here when you get close on the goal line. They're without Higbee, who does the same exact thing, and they can't run the ball. And they have struggled running the football today. I think the win for the Rams is still in question.
Throw the ball to Cooper Kupp. Just give the ball to Cooper Kupp. They don't seem to want to defend him.
What are the chances Cincinnati ties the game with a field goal? Well, if they're going to have long developing routes, can that Rams defensive line get to Joe Burrow? I think that's all what it is. How will the Cincinnati offensive line do? If the Cincinnati offensive line dials back in, they're able to make more stops, and let's say the Rams play more prevent style, I think the Rams could move down the field and hit a field goal. But if the Rams stick with, I'm sending 4 or 5 guys, we think our corners and our safeties can do what they need to over top, I think the Rams will stop them. Oh.
No timeouts here. Threw out of the end zone. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Wide open. He overthrows a wide open receiver.
Yeah,
holy shit. Oh, my God. He's wide open.
Oh.
Holy shit. That's huge. That's a big miss.
Wide open.
Oh, my God. Wide open is right. Oh, my God. How do you miss that? Oh, my God. It looks even worse on replay.
He wasn't even under pressure.
I was about to say, holy shit.
He's totally clear going through. You don't even have to baby it into him.
Oh, my God. You could have just put touch on it. He had all the time in the world back there. My God, what a bad throw. Oh, is that not? Is he not being held?
No.
Is he not being held?
Is
he not being held out of his break?
Why are you throwing plays short of the end zone right now?
Because they're trying to pick up yards. Yikes.
You can't complete an 8-yard pass?
They're trying to make it more third and manageable so you can actually open up maybe to a play action if you wanted to. Not saying they should. But let me ask you this. Do you run the ball here on third down to make it fourth and manageable? It's fourth down territory.
No. We're not running the ball.
I'm not a fan of running the football. They're looking pass. I will say that much. They're looking pass.
Cooper Kupp. Two guys on him.
Look at the box. Look at the box. They're not. They've got 5 guys. They've got 6 guys in a box.
Oh, nice play by. Oh no!
He's all over the back of him.
Oh please!
He's all over his back. But here's the thing: I'm not a fan of throwing a flag here because
terrible call.
Dude,
he didn't turn the body at all. That's a terrible call.
They haven't. Think about this.
That's terrible.
Prior to the pass, holding on the defense. Yikes! My God, is that a new set of downs?
Yep.
First down. Shit, I'm not a fan of that. He was holding him, but
sorry,
that's a bad call.
You cannot make that call there.
You look at the calls that have been missed today.
That's not. Oh, come on. That's not holding. That's not holding.
That's bullshit.
That's a terrible call.
That honestly was about the perfect technique you could play on Cooper Kupp. That is a hideous call. That's hideous.
Oh, poor
Cincinnati. Yeah, that's awful. And
they're going to lose
right makeup call. That is a hideous call. That's an awful call. Wow. Cincinnati sending the blitz there a bit.
Touchdown.
Holy shit. Oh my God. He's gonna get thrown out of the game. He should be He hit him helmet to helmet. He should be thrown out of the game. 24 needs to be ejected. Watch this again. He hits helmet to helmet and he targets. He needs to be thrown out of the game. That's awful. That is awful. He was trying to draw the ball loose. That is awful. He's thrown out of the game. He should be thrown out of the game after that hit. Cooper Kupp's concussed, I bet. They need to have somebody look at him. He should be thrown out of the game 24.
Okay. Well, the officials, you can say the officials made up for whatever officiating errors you said earlier. They made up for it.
They did.
Made up for it.
They did. That should not have been a defensive holding call. I'll say it right here. That should not have been a defensive holding call. That is a makeup for the bad offensive. That's a makeup for the offensive pass interference call.
He fights through a hold because he was certainly held there.
Yeah, he was definitely held here. I'm telling you, this is definitely, he should be targeting, thrown out of the game. He hits him helmet to helmet. Hold on. Oh, personal fouls on both teams, offsetting. I'm sorry. That's helmet to helmet. He should be ejected. That's awful.
First down?
That's awful. What's the call?
No
Matthew
touchdown.
Stafford got a penalty? What? What?
Offsetting
What?
personal foul penalties.
What? Holy shit, that's awful. How is that not targeting? He hit him helmet to helmet. No. Now the referees are still.
It's a personal foul. It was a personal foul.
It was after the touchdown. How is that not? What? It was after the touchdown. Excuse me. What?
I don't
was
know.
Targeting.
All right, stop talking because the game is going on.
What
Let's
the?
watch.
That's awful.
We don't have sound, so we don't know what's called.
Hold on.
Oh my God!
Here's the thing.
Please. How many times are they going to give the Rams a chance here?
The Rams already should have scored. Hold on. The Rams already should have scored that touchdown, and that should have been a targeting suspension thrown out of the game.
Oh, stop.
He hit him helmet.
Okay, he's got. You realize that goes on all the time.
It's Eli Apple. Here's the thing. He's been holding them all game. I don't like how they're so determined to start calling and throwing the flags.
In the last minute, you're going to call everything that happens?
That's more of a hold than the other one was.
Terrible. Another first down. You know what?
If I'm saying Vegas must be calling into Rodgers, to Roger Goodell. Maybe they want overtime. I agree with that.
Okay, Cincinnati. Have Cincinnati shown you that they have a chance to score since the third quarter? Doesn't look like it to me.
I'll be honest with you. Now, what, you run the ball 4 times? If you can't gain 1 yard,
I let him score here.
If you can't, I don't know.
Minute and a half left.
Jesus Christ.
He didn't make it.
QB sneak. He picks up about half yard. Oh my God. They're going to be parked. Here's the thing. Just wow. They keep moving it back. It should be about in the half yard line. Here's the thing. My God. Yikes.
Who called the timeout?
Cincinnati. They should. I mean, you're assuming you're not going to get another defensive holding call, right? So you could.
Really? They just gave him 2 on the last 3 plays.
Dude, the center didn't get any push. My God, center's got to do better than that. All I've got to say is this. I am shocked Matthew Stafford was penalized. That should have been a targeting call.
Do you know that it was Matthew Stafford?
It was Matthew Stafford who was penalized for going up and saying you can't hit a receiver like that helmet to helmet. I'm sure he said something much more egregious than that, but he was penalized for going up to him afterwards and confronting him about a helmet-to-helmet contact, and the refs called it a unsportsmanlike contact penalty instead of that. My God, that's awful. Wow.
How big is that T. Higgins drop looking now?
Big. Oh, no, it's not T. Higgins. It was Tyler Boyd.
I'm sorry, Tyler Boyd. Big.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Well, there it is. And the shitty thing about this is now you've got less time for Joe Burrow. My God.
I'll tell you what. The referees bailed out the Rams at the end. They did. They absolutely did. They called a couple of really questionable calls at that time in the game when you let everything else go. See, players adapt to how you call the game during the game. When you're letting little ticky-tack stuff go like that, and you know, why are they not doubling up on Cooper Kupp? Why are you not doubling up on Cooper Kupp? He had 190 something catches this year, 2,000 yards, and that's a guy you're going to let Eli Apple, a twice failed Eli Apple, cover one-on-one. How'd that work out?
Oh, that's Vernon Hargreaves who took the penalty earlier on for celebration. Okay. Vernon Hargreaves used it corner, I think, early pick. I'm trying to see if they have the targeting call, but I tell you, man, yikes. You can't be doing that.
Like I said, They let Cooper Kupp. They didn't double team Cooper Kupp. I don't care if you want to play zone except for Cooper Kupp. You can do that. I'm not letting Cooper Kupp beat me. They don't have anything else. And you let him beat you. That's on the coach. That's on the Bengals coaching staff right there. They bangled it right at the end. Them and the officials helped out too.
Drama going on in this game for certain it is. Well, here you go. You got Joe Burrow coming up in the clutch moment. This fantastic Rams defense. Will they have enough time to get in the field? They've got 2 timeouts left. Will Joe Burrow and the offensive line be able to hold up enough to get this Cincinnati Bengals team into field goal range?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm throwing jump balls down the field and expecting calls the other way. That's what
It probably will be.
Hey, if you're calling it that way now, you got to call it that way the rest of the game. That was some ticky-tack calls, right? Really ticky-tack.
I thought the one on the linebacker was awful on 3rd down. That was an awful call. That was awful. That was about as perfect of a technique as you could play. Now, again, you can maybe argue the other one towards the goal line was. I don't understand the offsetting personal foul penalties. I still thought that was targeting. It was helmet-to-helmet contact, and the guy launches at a defenseless receiver. That's an ejection-worthy play. They didn't call it. They called it unsportsmanlike offsetting. So whatever, I guess.
You know, Cincinnati has lost all 3 of their Super Bowls by scores very similar to this one.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
First 2 to the 49ers.
Why would
the second game, the 49ers, the first game, the 49ers jumped out to a big lead, and the Bengals came back, and they had a first and goal from the 1. Pete Johnson was a big 250-pound fullback, and the 49ers stopped him on 4 straight rushes.
Stafford wasn't called for anything. I'm sorry. It was holding on LA. I apologize. It was not on Stafford.
Oh
Jamar Chase gets to the outside edge. How the fuck does Jalen Ramsey allow Jamar Chase to get to the outside edge?
Because he's looking for a pick.
Holy shit.
Instead of just
Jalen Ramsey, what the hell are you doing? Play your technique. What in the hell is this? Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Ramsey. And he turns what would have been a 1 or 2 yard gain into a freaking like 15, 20 yard reception. You can't do that, man. Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ, about a 17-yard reception. My God. They're dialing up pressure, that's for certain. Oh my God. Nice reception there by Boyd. He holds on
to the line, fellas. I mean, they got to run no huddle here.
You got 2 timeouts still left.
I don't care. You got the Rams. You got the Rams on their heels a little bit.
Maybe. Grumpy, don't give up yet. And let's see if Mr. Clutch has enough time. My God, you've got time still. This kicker's fantastic. I think this game's going to overtime, ladies and gents. Oh God, just
don't down the field. I don't know where he's throwing to.
Don't take a sack. Ooh, he was in the pocket. Is that?
No, it's way down the field. I mean, they're not going to call that. There wasn't anybody even near him.
No, I was wondering if that was intentional grounding.
No, there was nobody near him. He wasn't in danger of getting sacked.
What?
He wasn't in danger of getting sacked.
He had pressure in his face.
He had no pressure in his face on that play.
I'm not saying I'm opining for a penalty. And look at that. McPherson, 14 for 14. Is he gonna miss the kick? Is this gonna be his first field goal?
You have to run the ball here. To me, you have to get the first down.
Third and a long one. I'm running the football. And sure enough, they do.
They didn't get it.
Aaron Donald, that shitty defensive tackle, right, Grumpy? Aaron Donald stops him. Well, yeah, he's really bad. You can run right.
That's a bad spot. They spotted him a half a yard short of where he actually got.
Yeah, Aaron Donald with another huge play. Yeah, you could game plan around him too. That's right. I forgot, Grumpy. I just want to see how all those things are going for you. You can run right at him too, right, Grumpy? Well, not so much.
Okay, it wasn't Aaron Donald. It was the other guy. It was
a dual tackle. It was a double. It wasn't
Aaron Donald. He was by Aaron Donald. The first guy is the one who made the play. The guy on the inside. He's the guy who made the play. Aaron Donald was a Josh Bailey assist on that one.
4th and 1 here. My God, Cincinnati. Please, what I don't want to see, you got 1 timeout left. You should have your play ready. The clock's got to be ticking down, right? Okay, just down. 24.
Timeout, so. I don't know.
Oh, God. Woo.
QB draw here. Go QB draw.
What? No. I don't know, Grumpy. Christ. He takes a sack. Holy shit, he almost completes the pass.
See, I don't like that play call. I flat out do not like that play call.
Why not do protection? Aaron Donald.
I do not like that play call. That's a terrible play call. I don't like that play call.
Aaron Donald talking about the ring. Well, don't do something dumb and catch yourself a 15-yard penalty, buddy.
I took his helmet off on the field. That's
I was about to say,
15 yards.
that should be a 15.
You realize that's 15 yards.
Well, I'm sure
that's 15 yards.
Yeah, it
if
should
you
be.
want to call
That's
penalties
correct.
by the rule, that's 15 yards.
That's correct. I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ, Spain. Oh, they put the slide side protection. He gets beat to the outside edge. It's still almost a hell of a job by Burrow getting that pass off.
That's 15-yard penalty. Like I said, they're
over.
selective in the penalties they call. They
They're gonna
gave.
kneel the ball
Let me tell you something. As much as you bitched about the referees early, they gave the game to the Rams. They gave it to them.
Okay,
They
you can
made
also
sure the Rams scored that touchdown, and they didn't call that penalty when half the teams out there on the field with their helmets off. Those are penalties, every single one. I'm just saying.
And Donald should have got a 15-yard penalty there. But here's the thing: doesn't matter. The game's over. They're going to kneel the ball out. It should have been called, but they're going to kneel the ball out.
So, do you think that Matt Stafford is Hall of Fame worthy?
He's going to go in the Hall of Fame because now he's got a Super Bowl.
The answer is no. And I think that people will look at his performance in the Super Bowl and say no. I'm sorry. I don't think he was very good.
Aaron Donald.
Cincinnati at the end. Tyler Boyd, that big drop in the fourth quarter. This is how the Bengals usually lose, though, right at the end. That's how they lose.
Freaking Bengals. Damn. Tough loss. Tough loss for the Bengals.
Yeah. Sean McVay, best coach in the NFL right now?
No. I think he's an awful coach.
Who's better?
Okay.
Who's better?
His play calling is awful. His play calling almost cost them.
Who's better? 4 years as head coach, winning record every year, twice to the Super Bowl, made the playoffs 3 years out of 4 on a team that was the worst team in the league when he came in.
Look at the team. Look at the team.
What was the team when he first came in? They were terrible. They were the worst team in the league. They were the worst team in the league.
Well, wasn't Todd Gurley out? He was injured the first year. The year before he became coach.
Jared Goff was their first-round draft pick.
I know. Tyler Boyd needs to be cut, says Drew L.
Nah, he's not the reason why they lost.
Odell Beckham Jr. is crying big time.
I'll tell you what, the officials really helped the Rams at the end then. So they did.
Okay. You can also see they missed a blatant call that shouldn't have been a touchdown.
Okay, but here's the thing.
It offsets.
Okay, but here's the thing. You were losing your mind earlier in the podcast. You realize that, right? You were losing your mind earlier in the podcast.
That's right, because guess what? That could have had a direct impact on the end result. It could have.
Well, guess what?
The referees took it in their hands to make it up.
The plays at the penalties at the end definitely had a direct. They gave them the touchdown.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I don't care. I don't have a dog in the fight, but they changed the way they called the game in the last minute and a half. That's a problem. I'm sorry. If you're going to call it one way, the players adjust to how you call the game. And then you change the way you've been calling it all game. I'm sorry. That's a mistake on the officials. Without a doubt, they won. Without a doubt.
Come again. Tony Cheese saying, thanks for the stream, guys. Thanks, Tony, for tuning in. Michael B saying the future of the NFL looks pretty good right now. The young quarterbacks have my attention.
It would have been better if a young quarterback would have won today because they still haven't.
Oh, Mahomes has. Nick O said, wouldn't have happened if they didn't make that first call. They wouldn't have called those if they didn't make that first
That's
call.
right. The first call on the linebacker. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was the worst one of all.
Okay, the worst call. Okay, that was a bad call, but it was an awful call.
You gave them but you gave them a first down inside the 5 in the last minute and a half.
So you gave the Bengals a touchdown and you gave the Rams a touchdown. That's what I'm understanding, right?
That was the first play of the second half. That game was in doubt back then. You gave them a winning touchdown in essence. Here's the thing. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But Matthew Stafford, good for you. Good guy. Glad you won. Maybe you'll see more pictures of your wife. Makes me happy. I don't know who the MVP is going to be. It can't be Stafford.
It's going to be Stafford, right? Or maybe Cooper Kupp. I don't know.
Maybe Cooper Kupp. 2 touchdowns.
Those are the only 2 guys. It's not going to be Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Christopher C. said, I underestimated Donald. I thought he was past his prime. Well, that's what happens when you listen too much to the grumpy.
Here's the thing. If they played against an average offensive line, he does nothing today.
Jesus
because
Christ.
Honestly, the Bengals have probably the worst offensive line in the league, or one of the worst offensive lines in the league. They're terrible all year.
Cooper Kupp's been an MVP. It's not ref ball. It was legitimate penalties. Great podcast, guys. Thank Woodha. And Alexander saying, I know they effed up on the Higgins touchdown, so they had to make it up. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't make it up on the last drive of the day inside the 5. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. That was a ticky-tack. That was just a ticky-tack call
Yeah,
for
I
a
said
makeup.
so. Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
I
It
just
was a
like it.
makeup.
I
Yeah,
just-
by nature, it was a makeup call. It was a bad call, but it was a makeup call.
Yeah, well, they had quite a few makeup calls during the game after that one. They had quite a few, which we talked about during the podcast. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I could care less. But the NFL officials definitely played a part in this. And I tell you what, I'm still going to tell you something. The NFL in bed with gambling is why these games are this close and come down to the last 2 minutes. I firmly believe that. Every game is not, these teams are not so close in talent that every game comes down to the last snap. It's just not true. Every single playoff game was razor thin. I'm just saying, the first year that they're in bed with gambling organization big time, and all the games
Every
are like
playoff
this.
game and Super Bowl goes down to the last play.
And what was the spread in this game?
Couldn't
Remember what it was at the end? I think it was 3.5. Pretty interesting. I don't know how they're able to so accurately predict these things.
Great podcast. Appreciate it. Tony, she says, go clean that phone, TJ. You guys are awesome. Jarrell said Aaron Donald won it. He won MVP. Well deserved. He can go retire now. Wow. Good for Aaron Donald. Won MVP there. Alexander said, but my wife is feeling good today. She's had her moments, but I tried to make her happy and I succeeded. But
I was thinking about her earlier today, Alexander. And then when you popped up on your first comment, but I got so caught up in the game, I forgot to mention, I hope she's doing well.
Absolutely.
We both do. I'll just speak for TJ as well.
Yeah, absolutely grumpy. That's why I said absolutely grumpy. I think you put it well. And I know we're towards the end of today's podcast. I want to ask you, what do you want to say before we wrap things up today, Grumpy?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the show, we go live every Thursday and Sunday. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the action. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. Have a great evening, guys. We all got a great show here today in the Super Bowl. Rest made a little bit of an impact, probably there towards the end. But
like they did all year. But
thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And thank you again, Grumpy Old Man.
My pleasure.